tripping banger, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger, fool. Death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die, what can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me?
It was many, many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With the love that the winged seraphs of heaven covered her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulcher in this kingdom by the sea. The angels not half so happy in heaven when it envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulcher there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. They'll try to push drugs that keep us all down, and hope that we will never see the truth around. So how? Another promise, another seed, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed. And all the green belts wrapped around our minds, an endless red tape to keep the truth confined. So come on, another force us. They'll stop degrading us. They will not control us, and we will be victorious. So come on, interchanging mind control. Come let the revolution take its toll. If you could flick a switch and open your third eye, you'd see that we should never be afraid to die. So come on, rise up and take the power back. It's time the fat cats had a heart attack. You know that their time's coming to an end. We have to unify and watch our flag ascend. So come on, another force us. They'll stop degrading us. They will not control us, and we will be victorious. So come on, hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us, and we will be victorious. So come on. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
I was sick and tired of everything when I called you last night from Glasgow. All I do is eat and sleep and sing, wishing every show was the last show. So imagine I was glad to hear you're coming. Suddenly I feel alright, and it's gonna be so different when I'm on the stage tonight. Tonight the Super Trooper lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a number one. Tonight the Super Trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do. Somewhere in the crowd there's you.
Facing 20,000 of your friends, how can anyone be so lonely? Part of a success that never ends. Still I'm thinking about you only.
There are moments when I think I'm going crazy, but it's gonna be alright. Everything will be so different when I'm on the stage tonight. Tonight the Super Trooper lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like a number one. Tonight the Super Trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do. 'Cause somewhere in the crowd there's a you. So I'll be there when you arrive. The sight of you will prove to me I'm still alive.
And when you take me in your arms and hold me tight,
I know it's gonna mean so much tonight.
lights are gonna find me shining like the sun, smiling, having fun, feeling like the number one. Tonight the super trooper beams are gonna blind me, but I won't feel blue like I always do. Somewhere in the crowd there's you. Super trooper lights are gonna find me.
is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire. The ring of fire.
is XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the XboxEra Podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything XboxEra does is only made possible by our community and the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our executive producers and MVPs are an amazingly generous bunch, only shown up by the incredible support of our grand benefactors, Cryat56 and Assassin Entertainment. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely XboxEra CEO, Torn Raptor. This community is the best one on the internet, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra and pledge your support. Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 258 of the XboxEra podcast. We're here to discuss the latest in gaming from across the industry, but overall, we're focused on everybody's favorite platform. All right, it's everybody's favorite platform, even if they don't want to admit it. Xbox. All of this, obviously, including Nick's 6 hot cross buns being dunked in coffee right now, are made possible by our wonderful Patreon community. So big shout outs to all of our MVPs, executive producers, but especially our grand benefactors, Cryat56 and Assassin, and of course, our wonderful CEO, Mr. Torn Raptor. As always, I am joined by the not at all irritated, not at all sleepy, but incredibly awake and alert and ready for a fun day talking about games, Special Nick.
Hey, what's going on?
And Jesse's here as well, and he's full of beans, aren't you, Jesse?
Kinda.
Yeah. Do you want to go for a low energy show today? Hi, everyone.
So a normal show?
Yeah, Nick, can you give me your best Ross impression after he's sad?
Hi.
Perfect. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody.
Still never watched Friends.
It's funny. I think this is the tired podcast today. Like Nick's tired because he's just woken up. I'm tired.
We should talk about what we just decided to do, which will affect everyone moving forward. Which is we're gonna move
the compromise.
Yeah, we're gonna be 30 minutes later. It'll be a 5:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time podcast. It'll give Nick half an hour more sleep, and then instead of going all the way, then becomes 5:30 still for John, where he gets a little more sleep on the other half of the year. So that's the compromise we're going to do.
It's the compromise because we are a compromising sort of crew. You know, we work together. We agree on the best paths forward. There isn't like a dictator that just demands things. Well, I mean, there is, and it is Nick. But outside of that, it's all great. It's so fucking weird.
Got a super chat
I'm not having all
right off the bat.
I'm having 4 out of the 6.
Well, it's scarcely
relevant.
He says.
Eyes up. Put down the Woolies hot cross buns. They are from Woolies. They're good ones.
Wow.
Look.
By the way, hello, Twitch. I figured it out.
Yes. We now will stream the XboxEra podcast, which is in the 5% of video podcasts on Spotify, on Twitch at the same time. So hello, everybody on Twitch. All 3 of you. I don't actually know how many are watching on Twitch. I have no idea.
It was at 9. Now it's at 2.
Nah, everyone's here over on the Cool Kids channel on YouTube, isn't they? So
yeah, everything will be on Twitch now. So if you got a Twitch Prime, feel free.
Drop us one.
So I'm going to put the link in chat because I forgot to do that earlier, but it's twitch.tv/the Xbox Era. We got to work with Twitch to get just Xbox Era. Hello, Atreyu in chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to go follow there, if you've got Amazon Prime and you want to drop a Twitch Prime.
Yeah, if
Feel
you've got a free Twitch Prime sub.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I did. I dropped my Twitch Prime sub there. You know, I like to give back. Oh, there's a lot to talk about this week, but also, is there? I feel like there's going to be, I'm going to put it this way, I feel like there's going to be fewer topics, but more deep discussion.
Yeah.
But before we do any of that, a little bit of housekeeping. For the folks that are watching right now, if you would do me a solid and just stretch your digit over to the thumbs up button or slide your mouse across that appropriate place on your screen and just press the thumbs up. It does help us out. And as always, if you haven't subscribed and you would like to, do that too. And even better, if you really love what we do, head to patreon.com/XboxEra because it is the best way to support this incredible team of incredible people.
You guys are very lucky that you can't hear the Twitch Prime subs because they are really loud.
Oh, dear.
I need to go change that after the stream.
Okay. Or, for hilarity's sake, everyone put through your Twitch Prime subs.
Oh, no, don't throw 250 at us over and over again.
Yeah.
Is it illegal? Is it illegal for me to do drugs on stream?
Depends on what the drug is.
The drugs,
Yeah.
mate. If you're going to pop a couple of paracetamol, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's like it's not illegal drugs.
then it's fine. Like, is it illegal to do legal drugs on stream? I think you'll be okay.
I don't know. Is it?
No, it's.
You got to go on.
To do
you have to
drugs.
go on Kick or Rumble, especially Rumble, if you want to do illegal drugs.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we
That's
get
just
into
my that's my NAD plus.
that's fine. It'll
Mate.
keep you going.
It's great when as you get older. Way to go.
Before we get into everything this week, we of course always like to have a little chit chat about the actual video games that we've been playing, and we've sure been playing a lot this week.
Yeah.
Some stuff we can't talk about, some stuff we can. So let's dive into it, and we'll start off with
Thanking
the man
Scarcely Relevant and Timper 1984 for their Twitch Primes.
yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll
thanks,
start off with
guys.
Nick. What have you been playing this week, Nick? What have you been enjoying?
What have I been playing?
You've been playing The Sims in real life.
Yeah, I have. As you can see from this empty room, I've been playing a lot of clean up the house. But when I have played some video games, because the Xbox Series X is now out in the lounge room, and the PS5 is packed away, the Switch is still set up. I kept playing South of Midnight because I hadn't finished it yet. My wife was watching me play because now it's in the lounge room. So she was watching me play, and of course she wanted to watch the cutscenes, which I was skipping. She's like, don't you like watching the
Thank
cutscenes?
God for Nick's wife.
She goes, don't you like watching the cutscenes? I was like, no. She's like, why? Like, because it's movies. I just want to play the game. She's like, I love the cutscenes. I was like, I don't like the cutscenes.
Did you not skip them for her because you love her and you want to support her?
I sat and watched like one of them.
Oh,
Because she used to watch the cutscenes in the OG God of War games. She used to love watching me play the OG God of War games. Oh, look. Speaking of, console wars out now.
well, not quite. But
Well,
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
And
It
I
is
haven't
shipping.
got mine yet, but it's on the way. But yeah, so I've continued to play South of Midnight. God, there's been some weird discussion about that game online.
Some shit.
What do you think? What do you think might be the cause for the strange discussion online, Nick?
The platform it's on.
Keep going.
Some of it is the protagonist's gender and skin color. Some of it
dare
is.
you.
It's a lot.
It's a game that's gotten hit. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to turn that down soon. Thank you for SJ Dub, Bert's Gaming Miscellaneary, and One Pint Johnny for your Twitch Primes. Also, Scarcely Relevant with 250 Twitch bits. Trying out every option I can see to break your setup.
Wow. Good
We
for
do
you.
have Twitch chat now, Nick. If you want to ever pop that out and keep an eye on it. But
I'm in it now.
yeah, there's a there's always been South of Midnight get hit really hard for things that I think other games should have also been hit for. Like it should have been hit for the combat's good once you get deep in and you've got all the tools, but that can take too long for some people. And the platforming's fine, but not great. And in some games that didn't hurt it and they still got like 82, 83. Like I think playing Stray is very boring compared to South of Midnight.
There's plenty of games with gameplay that somehow got top scores, but you know. Anyway. I mean, look, I said myself that if I was reviewing the game, it would be sitting at a 7.5 if it were me. But again, I don't view 7.5 as a shitty score.
Yeah, if I was going just gameplay, it wouldn't have been an 8.5. But for me, the story and the writing and everything were the main point of the game. The gameplay was to get you through that in a fun way. So
it's interesting that you're talking about.
John, you just got 10 times louder.
I don't know why I haven't done anything. I haven't spoken in a while. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's funny that you're talking about the review stuff. There's a community question from Omen on South of Midnight.
There's two, but one of them is very spoilery.
Oh.
From Omen. I assume that's in the form.
Yep. It should be one of the first ones.
It's just on the showrunner, mate. Just look at the showrunner.
Yep, I got him on the showrunner, baby.
South of Midnight from Omen. So Kind of Funny did a review roundtable for South of Midnight this week, and something interesting that was mentioned is that one of the reviewers ended up enabling the skip combat accessibility option when playing through the game. He did play some combat, but only when new enemies were introduced. Overall, I believe he gave the game an 8, despite him disliking the combat so much that he skipped most of it. I find this interesting because in the inverse of one of our one and only Nicholas. So my question is this: can you effectively review a game if you skip core components of the gameplay? Is this as bad as skipping the cutscenes? Personally, I actually find it more acceptable to skip gameplay than it is to skip cutscenes.
It's perfectly acceptable to review it however you want, as long as you make it really clear that you did that, and then people can judge.
How can it be more
everything else about
Omen, to skip gameplay than
because it's a story. It's a story game,
game.
not a game. It's not a gameplay game, though.
Game.
Yeah, it's a video game mostly about the story.
Come on, man. The least you can do is still admit that while it doesn't bother you, it's still illogical. Come on. At least have some objectivity.
It depends on the game.
Video game.
If it's a Mario game where no one cares about the story, sure.
Imagine this, right? You have a review from whoever that was on Kind of Funny that skipped all the combat and just.
But he said he did do the boss fights.
Sure, okay, but they skipped a lot of the combat and gave it its score. We have a Nick who was going to give it its score, but has zero idea of any of the story, the emotional beats, or anything, right? And then, what if there's a third reviewer that skips the gameplay and skips the cutscenes? Then what are they allowed to review?
Yeah, what are they? what
are they reviewing?
What they skipped was the repeatable combat. The combat you've already seen, but they did not skip the bespoke boss fights, and they did not skip the story, which is what most of the game is about. So for me, yeah, if you want to skip all the repeatable fights against the Haints, that would make more sense than skipping the story of this game.
The Taints.
Yeah, but no, you didn't answer my question. Is it acceptable if the game allows you to skip cutscenes and the game allows you to skip combat?
So you're just reviewing the platforming.
Are you allowed to review the game? Is that a fair and objective
a bunch of
review?
walking and jumping around?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not acceptable. It is a video game.
And video games in the modern era rely on story a lot. And if you just ignore that every time by default, you are missing a lot.
Rely is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Rely is not the right word. They don't actually rely on anything because it's a medium that can tell its story without movies. So it doesn't actually rely on cutscenes. It's just that's the direction the developer chose to go with because they couldn't figure out a way to tell the story effectively without relying on movies.
Most games do both.
It's okay to say that. That's okay.
I mean, you can say anything. It doesn't matter if you're right or not.
It just means we don't at the moment, have a bunch of developers that either can be bothered or have figured out how to effectively tell that story without relying on movies. That's all. And that's okay.
But you call
That's
them
fine.
movies, they're short cutscenes. They're not sitting around for an hour and a half watching a movie. You're
Depends on the game.
dismissive in the wrong way. You're dismissive in the other way compared to the people who like, because you really grew up on, as an adult, not as a kid, because you actually didn't like him as a kid, but as an adult, you've really come down to gameplay. So you'll
Didn't
play
like what as a kid. Didn't like what as a kid.
Nintendo games. But now Nintendo's like
Okay,
your
but I was
be all
playing
end
Sega's
all.
games.
I know.
I was playing Sega games.
But yeah, and
those
games
had
in the
fantastic
past really
gameplay.
couldn't do long cutscenes. They would have short little ones that were just like text and stuff. Did you skip all of those too?
I think I did a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like if it was going on too long, I would skip.
Well, a lot of time also you can just read it. So nowadays, like if you can just read what's being said and you skip the lines and you've already read it, that's fine for me.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
But again,
RPGs.
part of the reason I don't really want to change my stance on this and kind of refuse to change my stance on this is because there are so many video games that tell their story without relying on that crutch. So it can be done. So the fact that it can be done effectively, there's not really a reason to relent.
Like, South of Midnight's very heavy on both. Like it gives you story during the game, it gives you story in cutscenes, and none of the cutscenes are that long. Like it's not everyone's Kojima, where it's like almost nothing when you're not in a cutscene, and then you sit and watch a movie for an hour and a half. That, I'm with you, is garbage and is a crutch. But like most games don't do that. Almost no games do that because they don't have the budget.
Metal Gear Solid. Jesus Christ. Love the Metal Gear Solid games, the actual games.
You love the 8 hours you
Jesus
played of
Christ.
4.
Oh,
that's
4
all there
was
was.
fantastic
Yeah.
when it let you play. 4 was fantastic. On the odd occasion, you could control the game.
But that is the extreme example. There is nothing else like that. Like Kingdom Hearts might be kind of close at some times, but like most games don't rely on cutscenes as a crutch. They're mostly doing a mix of in-ear communication while you're in there, playing audio logs like BioShock. Like there's all the different ways. And
Look at Halo, though.
Yeah.
I love how Halo did it. I know Halo had cutscenes, extremely short
Yeah,
ones.
they were interstitials really in between levels.
But that's right. That's all they were. They were like a loading screen, effectively. But they didn't, like, I still had an idea of what was going on in Halo without any cutscene bullshit. Cortana's talking to me. I'm like, I loved how Halo
I
did
think it very much depends on the game. Like, and that's the beauty of games, right? One could argue that games can be delivered in a variety of
Yes,
of
that's what I said. It
ways
can be
and
done in different
mediums.
ways.
If you only
I
want
just
one.
find, you know, and don't get me wrong, I think accessibility is awesome because it enables more people to experience a story or any kind of game. But I'm imagining this world where, you know, we get to a point where everything can be skipped, both in cutscenes
The
and
whole
in
game can
gameplay.
just be skipped.
You just put the disc in and you go skip. I'm
Can you imagine
finished.
if it
Roll
goes,
credits.
Press start. You go press A to start. You press A and then the credits roll.
You're done.
Skipping everything.
What did you think? I thought it was such
Wow.
a
30-second game. Ooh, how good was that?
Obviously,
And the
we're being a
achievement
little
for
bit
beating
stupid
it
right now.
unlocks.
I
yes,
haven't
that was quite
finished
a
South of
tense-
Midnight yet, by the way.
Neither
I've
have I.
still got to
Um,
get through it.
But I am enjoying it. I am genuinely enjoying it because I think its gameplay is still fine. It's not,
Yeah.
oh my God, the best, but it's fine. Like I'm the way some people are talking about it, you would think it's the worst playing video game of all time.
Yes.
It's not. I think it's solid. Solid is the word I would probably use to describe just about everything in it. Although visually it's well above solid.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? I, as well as you guys, have been playing Towerborne. Since apparently everyone can just talk about the fact that they've been playing that.
They can.
We'll
How
have
much can we talk about it?
You can talk about it. I think you can talk
anything
about
you've played. Yeah. The only reason we aren't putting the interview and gameplay session we did with some of the developers yesterday, which will go live on Thursday for everyone. The only reason it's not out yet is because there was like one thing in there that like, hey, we're going to announce that Thursday. So like, okay, we'll put our video out then.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of like we're agreeing to kind of coincide with, the general beat. But Microsoft were very nice and gave up some time on a Friday afternoon.
Maybe I'll
with,
just play that in the background behind us.
yeah, the lead combat designer Isaac Torres, the game director Dan McLaren, Jesse and I, and we kind of we didn't play 4-player, we played 3-player because Dan wasn't playing, so he could talk more. But they were answering our questions.
Sneak
we played through a
peeks.
couple of
Oh, wait, I
missions,
clicked the wrong
and
one.
you'll see a bunch of stuff. It's very, very fun.
Oh, here's the one nobody watched. I'm going to put that in chat for John to make him feel better. So that's the 1v1 we just did with Clem and Lozar.
Yeah, we just did a 1v1 with Clem and Lozar on Let Them Come Onslaught, which if you're a Vampire Survivors or a Brotato fan, you'll probably want to keep an eye on. It's coming to Xbox in the bullet hell genre or bullet heaven, depending upon which side of the fence you're on.
There we are. Hey, look, there's us. As we were talking to these gentlemen, we'll give a little sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
You want to see what
it was
Towerborne looks like on Xbox real quick? It's going to look like Towerborne on PC. Because
it's a tiny little hint of...
Are we allowed to give impressions at all right now?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. There's literally no embargo around it. We're just not putting it out live for that other reason.
So I've sort of said about Towerborne that it looks on the surface, if you haven't played it, like a modern day Guardian Heroes. For those of you who have played the Sega Saturn classic that was re-released on Xbox Live Arcade and is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
After playing it, I haven't played it much, to be fair, because as you can see behind me, I've got a lot of stuff going on at home. And I was trying to play South of Midnight and whatever. I have played it a bit.
Shit. Thank you for the gifted sub, Corkenstein.
It probably is as close to a modern day Guardian Heroes as we're going to get at the moment, for those of you wondering, because I know there's a few that watch us that share very similar taste with me. I'm finding the actual combat not quite what I was hoping for.
What level is your character? Because boy, does it change as you level up.
Yeah, that's
when you say it changes, what aspect of it changes?
You completely build all your moves and everything. Like you get so much more to do. If it feels a little too basic.
To put it into some context for you, Nick. So on the first iteration of Towerborne that I kind of did the early access review on, moves were linked to the type of gear that you had. So you could collect different gear and assign it, and it might have this move and that move. And now you earn skill points as you level up, and you can effectively choose the types of moves you want to enable your character to do. So I like to play as the Shadow Striker, which is the really fast guy with the double daggers. He's got the double jump, and then I can choose to add this really cool move that if I jump and dodge while in midair, I'll kind of do this like cool downward swipe as I'm going over the heads. Or I could add a slide, and I could add this like cool teleport where I throw a knife and then I go. Shoom,
yeah, there's a lot of customization on how you want to play now.
It starts to kind of ramp. So, and we discuss it in the interview. So, we'd recommend everybody watching and listening right now to tune in on
this
Thursday. But it's about 45 minutes. But the nutshell is, if you're on danger level 1 to 3, you're kind of in the socially chilled out castle crashers. I'm just vibing. I'm just chilling with my bros. I'm button mashing a little bit, right? You bump it up to 4, 5, or 6, different kettle of fish. Like suddenly it will be like, oh, pay attention. And we were talking about it. It was like you can just lean forward because you've got to concentrate. So it does have a ramp up that you.
I am very early on.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just at the moment it's not quite what I was hoping for. And part of the problem is being spoiled by games like Shredder's Revenge, Streets of Rage 4, stuff like that. But yes, other than that, it was very much, to me, a modern day Guardian Heroes.
Yeah.
So for those of you that were hoping that, I'd say that this is as good as we're going to get, unless Treasure decides to come out and make Guardian Heroes 2. But I do need to spend more time with it before I say anything a little more definitive.
Yeah, the game, until you've unlocked, like there's a fair amount to unlock to really change up how you want your character to play, and getting gear and then setting gems in your gear and all that shit. Like it gets way more in depth now than it used to with this new update.
But visually super nice.
Oh, I love the art style. It is so good.
I don't mind the character creator. I thought I created myself okay. And it's one of those character creators that's not like too ridiculously in depth. It's pretty simple, which are the ones I prefer. You know, the ones that's so full on. You can adjust your cheekbones and you can adjust your jawline, and you can adjust. Oh my god!
That's me being the default character every time.
That's me hitting randomize 5 times and going, okay.
Yeah, this one is somewhere in between like your me character on Nintendo and like what's a more complicated one? It's a fair bit above like that, the Nintendo Me one. It's nice and simple. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's enjoyable. Again, I haven't played it enough to say, oh, I'd give it about this. Haven't played it enough.
Yeah,
fair.
So I will endeavor to. I'm about to take about almost 2 weeks of leave, so I'll try and actually
get some
play
time
it a lot more.
Can they bump Nick's character up, because we can't really play together if we're at level 50 on everything, and he's like level 2.
I think
I'm level 5 or 6 at the moment.
I will ask.
Yeah, well, they had to double bump us up.
Yeah, we can. We'll ask, but it's worth saying as well, Nick, that and to the chat, on Friday, which is the subathon for XboxEra, the summer subathon begins, or the spring subathon, I should say, as we're looking to get some crowdfunding together to try and get folks travel to SGF and Gamescom and all of that jazz, because stuff's expensive. Nick, Jesse, and I will be playing some 3-player Xbox version of Towerborne, so the latest update that's coming out to everybody on Game Pass across PC, Xbox, and Steam on Friday. So tune in, because
it won't happen to anyone else, but our characters will be wiped when it comes out on Xbox proper. So we don't get to keep our progress here, Nick, just to let you know.
Yeah, I know. Nick. You know, I just read Shane G's comment in the chat. He's like, it was funny at first. You think it's an act? I've been skipping cutscenes for 20 years, dude. Like, it's not just something I just started when XboxEra started. I've been doing it for like 20 years, man. It's not a new thing.
This is Nick. This is who he is.
I only didn't skip them in the OG God of Wars because there was a little bit of Greek bias in it. I wanted to see how they approach Greek mythology. There was also sex in them, and my wife liked watching them. That was the only reason I used to watch the OG God of War ones. Other than that, I've been skipping. And that is 20 years. The OG God of War is 20 years this year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've been skipping cutscenes for a long time.
Forever. You've been playing anything else outside of that?
I really haven't had a chance or time.
He's been playing Sims in his house, moving all the furniture around.
Not even Rocket League and Fortnite. Like Carlos and Jason have been tagging me in Rocket League, and I haven't been able to play. I haven't even played those two.
Oh, sad face. What about you, Jesse?
Lucky. Oh, okay.
Well,
it's all right. You can
go, Nick.
carry on talking.
It's okay.
Go on. It's okay,
No,
buddy.
I was just going to say that I've just been lucky that for some reason in Fortnite, like I'm making my way through the battle pass, but I don't know why, but somehow I'll play like one game of Fortnite, do really well, and go up like 8 levels of the battle pass in one match.
Nice.
I'm like, oh,
maybe you're hitting like all of your challenges.
I do the challenges. I'm constantly targeting the challenges, which are giving 25,000 XP, 30,000 XP, 45,000 XP. So I think that's why.
If they called challenges cutscenes, would you still do them?
If they called them cutscenes?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You just call it a cutscene.
Well, I do them because they're not a cutscene. Just
I know, but
called a cutscene.
But if they're called a cutscene and you stop skipping them, then you're not skipping cutscenes anymore. It ruins
cutscenes because
much like with Robert De Niro in Heat, it would be going against your creed of skipping all cutscenes.
Did you mean to say if they made the
Nope,
challenge.
just called them cutscenes. It's just the name. It's cutscene instead of challenge.
But it's not the name. I didn't skip it because of the name.
But what if I got Epic to change it?
It wouldn't matter. I'd still do them.
Well, there you go. You would stop skipping cutscenes finally. You'd be going against your own creed.
Good God. Jesse, what have you been playing that you can talk about?
Metal Eden. I played this demo on Xbox. As you can see me sitting there looking really tired. Really cool concept. Looks nice. Runs well. One major issue is the way it controls. So the main thing for any game on console, I just want it to be a nice linear movement that doesn't ramp up in speed and that doesn't that has a little bit of aim assist with locking onto a character a tiny amount. This has aim assist set at 100, initial movement set at piss slow, that it ramps to way too fast.
Oh.
So I bet you this game's amazing on PC, but for me personally on console, it just isn't the way I want a shooter to feel on joysticks. So if I was to play this, I would probably really want to play this on PC. But knowing how everything goes, if I do end up reviewing it, it'll have to be on console, and I'll be sad because it's really cool. Otherwise, looks really nice. It's kind of like Titanfall-y Doom control-wise. So it's big arenas of fighting like Doom, but there's squirty double jumps and wall running. It's obviously not as good at feeling as Titanfall, but it still feels very good. It's just more in that slower Doom 2016-ish type. Story was kind of nonsense. A lot of the there was a rock paper scissors on mixing in your abilities to rip out robot cores and either throw them at people to blow up and make them stunned a little bit, or there's a lot to it that they were ramping nicely into. I was happy with everything except for the way the analog sticks moved for aiming. Everything else good.
Super chat from Machine XP. He says, "Did Nick skip on goth emo scene as a youngster?"
My first girlfriend was goth.
Get it? Did you get it? I'm getting the joke there. Does anyone else getting the joke there? Am I alone in the joke?
Must be.
There's a little bit of a probably shouldn't make that joke, but he's made it. All right.
Did Nick skip on goth emo scene as a youngster? I personally did.
Jesse's got the joke.
But I don't get it. But right. But my first
cut scene, mate. Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
Still, it's kind of relevant because my first girlfriend was goth.
How
And
lungful was she?
She had done that sort of stuff to herself.
Oh God. It's amazing how many kids actually do. Like even when I was a kid, there were kids doing that, and it's like, what the fuck?
By the way, there's another super chat that we missed from Brandon Martin.
Oh,
hello, gentlemen. Hopefully you are having a great weekend. I sold my Series X White Edition and went full PC to save money. Went to PC Game Pass. That's okay.
Fair enough.
Xbox is still happy to have you.
Yep.
Yeah.
My brother just got a white Series X White Edition.
It's like the only one you can find, the robot, all digital.
He constantly tries to act like he's a PC gamer, but he keeps buying different consoles because he sort of gets over it after a while and he wants the simplicity of the console. So he's got a white Series X, and I made his console my home console. He's like, he's going through the owned games list. He's like, oh my God, you've got this game, you've got this game, you've got this game. I'm like, yeah, man, I've got everything. He's so excited about all the games I own.
That's John's point about just let people know Game Pass is a thing and they're going to shit their pants when they realize.
Yeah.
I did play one other thing I can talk about, which was Void Breaker from the creator of the Entropy Center. One man. He has again one-manned this game. There's one other guy who did the audio for him, but he did all the coding, everything.
Wow.
I still think the Entropy Center is wildly underrated, even though it's at like an 81 or something on OpenCritic. So I thought that game was amazing. But this is Void Breaker. There is a playtest right now on Steam. It's a roguelike first-person shooter with super fast movement and cool abilities, made by one guy. Interesting story. I was really digging it. Played it for a couple hours. What was that Thursday, I think, in the evening? Man, one to keep an eye out on. It is coming to everything. Super fast paced. Shooting felt amazing. Again, no idea how it's going to end up feeling to control on controller, but the Entropy Center was fine. That was a first-person game I reviewed on Xbox, and it controlled well enough. This is definitely a big step up. Also, the Entropy Center was only like 3 years ago. And then one solo guy is making all this, and it looks really nice. It's in full Unreal Engine 5 using Nanite and Lumen and all the fancy shit. Like,
that's impressive.
God damn it, Travis. I heard Entropy only gets worse. I like it. Also, I didn't realize it, but shoot those boxes. That's actually your upgrade currency. I didn't realize it. But yeah, Void Breaker was part of the Triple I initiative, which I didn't put in the news, but I should.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about it. Don't worry.
A few things came from that.
Yeah, hit 35
Nice.
total.
Yeah, there's some good stuff shown there. We'll talk about it.
If I appeared a little bit distracted then,
You're thinking of
because
Goth Girls.
I was trying to catch up on watching Marathon. Because I figured we'd probably want to talk about Marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You figure correctly.
John?
John's looking at his phone. He doesn't care about you.
No, I am listening. Sorry, I was reading a message.
I figured we'd probably want to talk about Marathon, so I quickly was watching
Oh, okay, fair.
as quick as possible all the Marathon stuff.
Yeah, they had a little trailer, and then a bunch of people put up review stuff, so we can hit it up in a bit.
We'll talk about it. Outside of that, in terms of anything else, Jesse, you've been playing that you can talk about?
I mean, I've been talking to you a lot about something, but it's similar to a Blueprint situation, except for it's really annoying when you're not allowed to say you have something for a review. I'll just say that. I get it. I understand the reasoning why they do it, and it's not because of game quality. It's because of very insistent people demanding review codes. Because if they know other people have it, but they don't have it, then they get very mad sometimes. So I get it.
You just reminded me, Jesse. Can I talk about the other game that you sent me?
No, that one had a date, remember? That was...
Even saying I'm playing it? I thought it said I could
no, that has a date.
Play it.
Nope. You can
talk about
after that date.
It.
Yeah. So that one has a date on when you can say it on social media. They want to make it a big social media event. That's why they do that.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, we're playing it. No, you can literally just say you have it. You can't talk about it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can say I have it.
No,
on that date.
Not until the date.
Oh, on that date. Okay.
It's weird. I know, because
okay.
other ones are just like, because even South of Midnight I had it for 3 or 4 days before we could say we had it. But like when I got Assassin's Creed Shadows, it was immediate. Yep, you may say you have this, and this is the embargo.
Yeah.
And those are nice.
Okay.
Super chat from Cody Bishop. John, you inspired me to get a mohawk. Is it because my mohawk is kind of shit and a bit too long right now, and I'm old, and you just want to do better than me? But either way, cool.
Come on.
Mohawk's a win.
Get a haircut more representative of your age, mate.
Yeah, get a haircut, you hippie. Anyway, in terms of what I've been playing, I have been trying to catch up on South of Midnight. Admittedly, I am nursing, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, a really healthy addiction to the highest rated game of the year, Blueprints, which, Nick, you'll be pleased to know I gave an 11 out of 10 to.
I watched the review. It still doesn't appear like my sort of game.
No.
It has no cutscenes.
I know, but I'm just saying the style of it doesn't
It
appear.
does.
Like, Balatro was different. When you guys were going on about Balatro was different because I've always been into card games.
And Balatro's really quick
dopamine
dopamine hits. This game is incredibly long puzzles
the
to solve.
dopamine hit for Blueprints is like you have to and again, I'm not going to spoil anything. So if anyone's like starting their
So
journey,
you're not going to
or
be
have
like
started playing
everyone else on social media that was reviewing this that won't shut up and just say what they've been seeing.
No, I was very, very careful. Like that actual review was vetted by the game director to make sure there were no spoilers in it, and I had to re-edit it after I'd finished it the first time because I'd gone one step too far with one thing. I just had to remove that one thing.
And you know, JC, I don't think this is a game to just try.
Yeah,
you have to commit to it. Like it's going to be boring for the first 5 hours for most people.
The reason I'd say that is you have to want to know. You have to like. There's a trailer that they did called the Atmospheric trailer, and it's got the game director Tonda Ross, who I am working with Raw Fury to try and get an interview because my God, I want to talk to this guy. He built this game over 8 years, and he's just talking through it, and he's like, "It's 45 rooms, 5x9. Can you find room 46?" And that, in a nutshell, that's the mystery. Can you find the 46th room out of the 45 rooms that are possibly there? And if that isn't enough for you to get started, then it's probably not for you. But I wanted to okay, what is in room 46? And as you start to progress in that journey, you will uncover things. And I have to be very careful and cagey here. And I will just simply say this. There are so many things that you will walk by all the time that will mean nothing to you. And then suddenly they will mean everything to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this evolution of like, oh my God, it's much bigger than I. And then you're just hooked on the next mystery, and you're solving the next. And it's
going to be a game.
I watched a review. Yeah,
you go, Nick. I demand you go because I actually have to cough.
I did watch your entire review, and I completely understand the reason why people are loving it. I get that. It just doesn't appear to be a game for me.
And I think that's fine.
It wasn't a game for me, and I put like 8 hours into it, and I was like, I don't have the time.
I have put in a worrying 80-something hours in now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's bad.
This
I've been
is-
playing it now.
This is the next game.
Very clever.
It's going to be it's for critics, and critics are going to absolutely love it, and it's going to resonate with a lot of fans. But being on PS Plus and Game Pass at launch, I think a lot of people are going to try it and be like, "This is why I don't trust reviews," because it's not going to be for them. It's not for the more casual audience.
But I do like the idea that the more casual audience will try this for this sort of thing for the very first time, and maybe they'll find oh my God, I love this.
Okay, but so I guess the question is just, but by the nature, and I think I've got a funny feeling I'm going to know the answer to your question here, but the way this game works, and by its very nature that it doesn't appear to be a game that you can just give a quick try to for 5-10 minutes.
Yes and no. You can do a run, and a run is the only and I called it out in the review. The one flaw I think the game has is it does not allow you to save mid-run. Benefit of Xbox, and I don't know about rest mode on PlayStation. Does that work the same if you put a game in rest mode?
Rest mode only works as if you don't play anything else.
Suspend resume is fine for one game.
But quick resume lets you jump to other games. But if you play anything else, it will turn off.
So quick resume and I presume rest mode if you're not going to play anything else on your PlayStation.
Suspend resume.
Yeah, you can if you get stuck or if you're in the middle of a run and you can power down, great. If you're on any other platform, you can't do that, right? Like if you walk away or you switch the game off, there is no saving while you're exploring. So, but typically a run can be anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 or an hour. So as long as you plan your time, you can just nip in and do a quick run. But I would say, and I said it in the review, so I don't really regard this as a spoiler, is initially you are charged with finding room 46, right? But as you discover mysteries within the house, your objective for your run may change temporarily from, maybe I don't want to find room 46. Maybe I need to solve this particular mystery or find this next clue that has led me to this thing. And then you'll go back to the other objective, so it is going to constantly kind of shift. I mean, I've got a couple of mates that have dived into it and they are absolutely smitten just like I was. And it's
sure
been
it's a very good game.
Watching people be like, I can do this, and I'm like, I can't. I'm not saying anything to you. I'm like, I'm a bit far ahead. So, yeah.
Did I just see Adeedus Sumbers?
Adeedus Sumbers?
Shoes.
The shoes.
Oh yeah. There are a pair of they look like shell toe type things. Yeah, Adeedus type shoes.
He'd want to be careful there.
They're not. They haven't got branding or anything on them.
They've got the 3 stripes.
I don't think that's a thing.
That's trademarked. Yeah, it is. That's why I said he'd want to be careful that Adeedus doesn't take notice of that.
There is a super thin little 4th stripe. It's only 2-dimensional though. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very. I'm only saying it for the developer's own good, so he doesn't fucking get sued by Adeedus, and then lose all the money he's going to make from this game.
Nope, John's dying.
Yeah, it does look. It looks like a decent game. I'm not.
It is a brilliantly made thing that's not going to be for everyone. Kind of like Baldur's Gate 3 just wasn't for me. I didn't have the creativity or the time, but I could look at it and go, man, this is unbelievably well made.
That's fine. It's okay. Not every game has to be for every person. That's fine.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, I had a bit of a... It's still there. You know when you breathe in some drink in the wrong hole and you're just dead for a while.
When the water goes down before you're ready for it.
Nick hates the term wrong hole.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Nick.
It's not going in your. It's not going in your lungs.
There's only one hole.
Sorry. Thank you.
Your esophagus.
Esophagus. But yeah, 80 hours in Blueprints and counting. I think someone in the review channel, Jason Try, may have had something like 130 plus. So.
Tom Henderson, I've been playing a game, but it's not a video games. Oh, he's been playing a card game.
Oh, bless him. He's been very supportive of the card game. Yeah, I suppose, and yeah, that's the other thing I've been playing. Console Wars, the card game, our little card game that could. And look, what's this I have here? Ooh. Shipped this week.
Where's my DLC pack?
Yeah, let's not talk about that bit. Shipped this week from UK to the rest of the UK and Europe and the rest of the world, except for America, Canada, and Mexico. So copies are going out, and it's all good, and it's been really lovely, I have to admit, seeing people getting them and unboxing them and seeing all the cool things and hopefully playing it soon.
The North American ones are on their way to the fulfillment center, right?
Yes. I believe
who is doing mine.
I believe we have made it under the wire.
No one is collecting tariffs right now. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
he broke the system. He broke the system, so there's nothing is being collected right now.
America. But yeah, so I'm hoping that early next week they will arrive at the fulfillment center. They are definitely in the States. Mm-hmm. And then they'll start shipping out to all of you lovely lot across Mexico, Canada, and North America. And then
we Australians, we're not getting it yet either.
No, all Australians have been shipped. All of Australia's has been shipped.
So I've got the email from Zatu Fulfillment.
Yes.
I clicked on the tracking number and it says, in transit, your item is now leaving the UK.
Yeah, so it's at Stansted or Heathrow. It's on a plane. It's on a plane. It'll be fine.
And we've got a new thing to announce, John. You and I are going to start learning how to do Unity.
No, I have not got the time for that nonsense. We are going to be launching the game at retail. Current target is May the 12th. If you missed out on the Kickstarter and you're watching this show right now and you would like to play our lovely little card game, you'll be able to, hopefully. Initial stock will be limited. We are considering whether we're going to do pre-orders so that we can kind of gauge demand a little bit. But we're planning for the game to be made available in the UK, mainland Europe, and North America, Canada, Mexico. Australia, you might have to just wait a little while because it's
a long while.
No, not a long while.
Actually, I mean, if they make them in China, it doesn't take that long to get there. You just got to figure out how you do it.
Yeah, it's more a cost thing right now. There's frankly, a lot of bets being placed that have to really come in. And if you're in the UK and you're heading to UK Games Expo on May 30th through to June 1st, we will have a booth. I've tested putting the booth together this week. It is enormous. Like, we bought some walls that we can put up. It is absolutely ginormous. And it's looking really cool, and it's very exciting. So, yay! All very fun stuff.
I might have pictures. Forget.
I can't remember. I can
I do.
Send you some.
Here we go.
Some pieces.
Boop, boop. Here, let's show the people your walls.
Here's my wall.
There's you licking. Like
Yeah.
a weirdo. Like a creeper.
I was just being strange.
And we
Tom
got.
Henderson liked that photo.
Ooh, that is a big wall.
I do that. I do stuff like that.
It is a big wall. That is my kitchen. That is 5 meters long. So
good.
our booth is going to be 5 by 3.
And there's the
We're
other
going to
side.
have 2 walls. We didn't bother putting the feet on them to like fully stabilize it. So that's the side that will be internal to the booth. But the cool kind of like you're at the, like where you see the football team being interviewed after the match, and they've got all the symbols behind them.
Yeah,
It was kind of riffing off of that. It looks so good for how frankly cost effective it was. So very, very pleased. It's pretty nifty. It's very exciting.
Cool. It's okay. It's okay, Trev. It's okay that you pronounce Adeedus wrong, mate. I'm not going to bag you for it like you fucks bag me for Sega all the time. As long as you know you're pronouncing Adeedus wrong when you're doing it, that's fine. If you acknowledge that and still choose to pronounce it incorrectly, that's okay. Say Adeedus like all Americans do anyway. It's wrong, but the whole of America says it wrong. And you guys go off on me for saying Sega wrong, even though Australians were brought up saying Sega, not Sega. Because even Sega of Australia pronounced that Sega in their ads. Why the hell do you guys pronounce it Adeedus?
Are you okay?
Adeedus.
Earlier
No,
this
he
week, I
really
think I
doesn't
said-
care. Can't you tell he doesn't care?
He doesn't care.
No.
Earlier this week, I think I said to you, you choose some strange hills to die on. And I have
Oh, like
still in
one of our
agreement.
topics today somehow being way more. There's a difference between power and feature set. The closest power envelope similarity
No.
for the Switch 2
He's on that hill.
is the PS4. But the
flag is
PS4
staked.
can do things. The Switch can do things the PS4 cannot, like hardware, ray tracing, which is why a game like Star Wars Outlaws can be on it. Because that game requires.
It can also run Fortnite a shit ton better.
It's got a better CPU, but the actual GPU
And more RAM.
horsepower is. The more RAM doesn't matter as much when it's a lot slower. It does. RAM bandwidth is very important. Memory bandwidth.
Not true at all, SJ. That's actually not true at all. I'm not closed-minded at all. I'm arguably one of the most open-minded people. The difference between me and most people is I'm generally okay with
chicken dinner.
I'm generally okay with people being how they are. I just like people to be a little more honest and consistent with things is all. Like, I know I pronounce Sega wrong. Okay. It's fine. I'm not going to stop pronouncing it that way. Super chat from Jay Foley. Hey, guys. Bought some Control for the first time and used the discount code. Anyways, you guys think we get the Elite Series 3 this year? And do you think the Doom controller is an Elite Series 2? Firstly, Jay Foley, mate, you're going to love Control. I'm very happy that you bought some Control. Look, I'm having it too. Tell me if you're in the chat still, what flavor you got. This is Fruity Flakes that I'm drinking right now. So just like Jay Foley, very, very smart person, go to www.drinkcontrol.com/XboxEra and use our code like Jay Foley did, XboxEra, to get 10% off your order. And you will have the most amazing meal replacement drink you've ever had in your life. Do you think we get the Elite Series 3 this year? No, I don't think so. And do you think the Doom controller is a Series 2? Yes, it is most likely a Series 2, like the Halo controller as well.
Or it was just a Design Labs one and could be either.
You reckon?
I don't know.
No, I think it'll be just a standard controller, not an Elite.
Well, they've just been, They've just been doing Design Labs. Like Black Ops 6 was on the Design Labs. Redfall was on the Design Labs. That's what they've been. Starfield was the last thing to get its own.
So was Fallout.
Yep, Fallout went on there. Because, I mean, that way they're doing the shells and then you can choose the other shit and the cost is way higher for them. So they're probably happy.
I think that Doom one will be an actual dedicated limited edition a la Starfield. Personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you think about it, was Starfield the last limited edition controller they did?
No, the last limited game specific one.
Game
like
one.
they've done
Yeah.
the other ones, but yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
Starfield was the last game one, and that's a Bethesda game. Now Doom a Bethesda
Well,
game.
they did
So I'm
Redfall
wondering-
too, and that was Design Labs.
A limited controller.
Design Labs.
They sent
Oh,
they
but
sent
that's
one to
Design
Jesse
Labs.
for his,
I'm
for his
talking
8.5.
dedicated.
But
I'm
like this
talking
was
dedicated.
like this is a lot of work. This isn't cheap. This was full, but this was Design Labs. You could make it yourself.
No, that's right. I'm not talking about Design Labs now. I'm talking a dedicated boxed packaging that you go and buy at retail. The last one they did was Starfield, so it looks like it's a potentially a Bethesda game thing. Maybe if this Doom one is also a dedicated.
That was
controller.
Bethesda before they were fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bethesda marketing go all out. I like it.
I really want that
Yeah.
Doom statue. I don't have the money though.
Yeah.
Oh, he got cookies and cream. Jay Foley ordered cookies and cream.
One of the best.
Ooh, boy,
All right.
you're about to become a regular purchaser.
I'm just gonna
Foley.
get this show back on track. Friendly reminders to
That was
everyone
a
to hit
super
that like
chat.
button.
It was
if
an
you're
off
watching.
track.
Yeah.
It was a super chat.
I'm getting it back on track.
But he's saying it
Come
wasn't
and
off
tip.
the track, John.
But it was, in my opinion, Jesse.
But nobody cares about your opinion.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I mean, Nick does.
hey.
I do.
Let's dive into some news of the week. Xbox. They just announced their showcase this week. Boom. June the 8th.
Yep.
And surprise, it's an Outer Worlds 2 Direct.
It felt like it was in
one
conjunction
of the
with
games.
them showing this gameplay on IGN.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they showed
Instead
to
of our
show the
channel.
gameplay in. Yeah, they should have shown it on XboxEra, right? It would have been far more, looked after.
More reach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more
more reach. The bit rate would have been better. We would have taken the gameplay would have been, all of
I would
all
have
of
tried some magic to get the VSync to not be horrible.
that stuff.
That was one of the games we speculated could be the extended showcase game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I
Makes
didn't
sense.
think they were going to do COD 2 years in a row, especially when it's more of the intermediary Call of Duty and not the big one. It's more the
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 and not the Black Ops 6.
It kind of runs out a little bit. They can't keep saying that every year COD's going to be the best one ever. Like they have to have a little break.
And I feel like this may be an indicator that Gears E-Day is not 2025.
Mhm.
You kind of would think that, right? Like if they were gonna have a direct game and Gears was coming this year, it would have been
Gears.
E-Day.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Did you guys play? You both played a bit of Outer Worlds, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is an enormous graphical step up. Like,
yeah.
holy
no
shit.
It looks really nice.
yeah.
Aside from all the tearing and the
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was what we had when we did the South of Midnight preview. Holy shit, that tearing was bad, and that HDR was eh. And then it was perfect, ran perfect, and had the best HDR I've ever seen for the review copy.
yeah, that's very true.
I am excited.
Yeah, bit of drama in the community side of things because Microsoft did announce this year that there is no FanFest at LA during the
But they're
showcase
planning
time period.
something for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be at Gamescom, to be honest. And honestly, I'm sorry, America. It's the right
No,
choice
I've
because
said the same
Gamescom
thing.
is a far better show with far more access and stuff.
Far
to do.
more affordable than LA
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Like you can get as good food in LA, but it's like 3 times to 4 times as much.
Yeah.
And your accommodations are 3 to 4 times as much. Like I'm sure they'll do something in America that's their main audience. I know people. There's I think Assassin mentions it in his community question about this showcase. If we wanted to hop into that one on the forum, because I don't think like what Colt Eastwood said. I don't think they're not doing it to avoid fans being angry because it's going to say PlayStation at the show.
yeah, like Xbox fans should brace themselves. Like Microsoft are going to announce multi-platform releases. You're going to have PS5 logos and Switch 2 logos probably up there on things. But like, yeah, the community reacted really negatively to this, and I get it. Like we were saying as we were planning our SGF trip, that like Microsoft usually hire out a theater. You get to sit in, you watch the showcase in this kind of like cinema room. You get all the hollering because they let in all the FanFest folks, and that's been a big part of it for a long time. But the immediate reaction was to kind of claim, like, oh, they're scared or they're doing, and it's like, bro, have you seen the economy? Shit's fucked. Maybe they just
Yeah,
don't
Brad
want to do this
Sams
shit.
was it Brad Sams who said it? Like they're
Yeah.
with the way everything's
Brad
going in
Sams
the
agreed with
economy.
me.
Yeah, with the way the economy is going right now, with the whole tariff uncertainty and all of that, every company is slashing their spending big time.
Yeah.
And
Slash.
yeah, you do agree, Travis's question.
Yeah.
Every company is really cutting their spending quite a bit right now. And as fun as FanFest and all that is, it is in the long scheme, it's like a really fun thing to do with your community that people like. But it's not the type of thing that's like going to make you money or something like that. And so those are the first things that generally get cut, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's a bummer because, you know, Jesse and Ursula and myself were planning to head out there, and it would have been cool for them to experience that. And, you know, Microsoft holding like a, you know, the fancy soiree, and you get to go and kind of chat with all of your peers in the industry. And it's a cool event. Now that's not a thing. But look, it's not going to change the type of showcase that we're going to get. Microsoft is still going to be there. Jeff Keighley's going to be hosting SGF. There's going to be tons of publishers. There's going to be tons of games. I think it's definitely going to be worthwhile. And to be honest with you, it solves a big problem for us, because one of the concerns we had about going out to SGF this year with Jesse and Ursula was like, oh crap, who's going to stream the whole show and host everything on YouTube for the community? Nick? Are you going to do that? And you probably could have found a way, right? But now we can just do it from the hotel room and watch it and hang out with everybody either way. So it makes no odds, right? So I think we'll find a path forward. But yeah, there is a community question on the showcase. Nick, do you want to tackle this one from Assassin?
There's technically two.
Yeah, we can dive. We can jump on to.
Did we want to keep talking about it before we ended up on the questions, or
Yeah, we can mix it in.
back and forth.
We'll be on this for a while, I'm sure.
Okay. Community question from Ashashin. Hello to John, Nick, and Jesse. Summer is here, and with it, summer is here. You know, we are the middle of autumn. We are the middle of autumn here. You know, it's 32 degrees today, and it's
Beautiful.
30 all week in the middle of autumn.
No, mate, it was nearly 20 degrees in the UK, which for us, I was out. We were like, oh, it's so warm, it's so lovely. We had
jumper.
we had lunch outside. Are you kidding me? Oh, mate,
20.
Woo! Scorching.
Summer is here, and with it, game showcases are coming as well. I've already asked off June 5th through the 11th, since my boss encouraged me to use my Pato, so I can wait to tune and see what's going on. My question is one that everyone is going to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What do you guys hope to see? And what do you know, Nick? Lol. Thanks, you guys, for all you do. P.S. Kind of weird Microsoft cancelled FanFest this year. Almost like they didn't want to face boos from the crowd when the showcase has PlayStation logos on all their games. Do you reckon that's really it?
No.
I saw that.
The people that go to those showcases are the type that will cheer if Phil Spencer
what.
took a shit in his hand and threw it at them from the stage. They go,
Oh
like,
my god! Yeah.
Spicy.
they'd be like the type of people that went and did all the Switch 2 previews. Oh, I'm kidding. I didn't mean that.
Yeah. Assassin has followed up with a super chat that says that's my main concern.
To Lucius's super chat.
Oh, okay. We'll worry about that in a second then.
Yeah.
Which we're getting to
Hashin
this
then
week.
follows up saying that's my main concern now.
But his main concern is for Lucius's super chat, which will be about Switch 2, which is later in the news.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we will get to it, Lucius.
What do we hope to see? I hope to see Gears Collection. End my
Do
suffering.
you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Funny that.
I think like the hopeful things are Everwild and Contraband, because we know Everwild is something
Everwild.
Phil went and saw, and we for the last 2 years, including a new update this week, like we know Contraband is still being worked on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Surely it's time. What else? Oh, I mean, look, it's not going to happen, but God, I'd love to see more Perfect Dark.
I think
That is-
I think Perfect Dark and Fable would be more short trailers this year because they'd be developer direct or full direct next year. One of them will get the full direct most likely.
It's an
Unless Gears
interesting-
gets it. I have no idea. There's too much.
You've still got. I mean, what have we got outstanding? We've got Clockwork Revolution, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3,
Everwild, Contraband,
Everwild, Contraband,
whatever
Toys for Bob are
343 is
working
on, Toys for Bob's thing.
Yeah.
Whatever Infinity Ward's Polish studio that they started up a few years ago are working on, which was like an open world RPG, Call of Duty, rumored.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's
Said that
a
on
really
purpose,
hard
didn't
one.
he?
Like, what am I hoping for? Like, I'm hoping for loads of really good games. The thing is that I feel like a lot of their slate is kind of already spoken for this year now. Like, I feel like we mostly know, but then maybe we don't. I mean, that's maybe the kind of cool thing, and the size and breadth of the organization now is that maybe we don't know everything that's coming this year, and the June showcase is that perfect time. Like, we are seeing more and more, and keep me honest here, guys, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but it is my estimation that more and more now we're seeing a very short runway between game announce and game release. And Bethesda is particularly a big fan of doing that. Like, hey, here's the game. Boom. Here's the release. 3 months.
We just
Let's
had
go.
with Activision with Tony Hawk 3 and 4, which they didn't save for June, even though it's out in July.
Yeah. So, like, is there stuff that they've been, some team somewhere has been working on that they've partnered with that isn't a first party studio?
Joser, I would think Blade is the one thing I'm not expecting to see for a few years, because they announced it when they were kind of starting it.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a long way off.
They have so many teams, and even though we know what most are working on, like, what's the Grounded team on? They haven't been on that. What's Josh Sawyer on? He just helping with Avowed, but like, I have no idea. We don't know. So you can look at a lot of those teams who just put out rather successful smaller games. Were they already looking into something else? Were they so small that they were only on the one? Did they just jump into Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 because those are both coming soon? Like, they've got some very prolific studios there at Obsidian. Those teams can go make shit real quick. What is Double Fine on? Phil mentioned what they were working on.
It's got to be somewhere we'll see this year. Surely Double Fine will pop up, right?
Maybe that's why he mentioned it exclusively on our show.
He mentioned that in Everwild, and it made me think we'd probably finally see those this year.
Might see them this year. Perfect Dark is more a selfish request. That is my most anticipated game.
Some form of trailer with a coming in 2026 on it.
Yeah.
And Keo
Tom
asks,
Henderson,
if we see Starfield getting a PS5 announcement, I think the way it might happen is if they announce an expansion and then PS5 shows up on the credits for that.
Yeah.
It's not explicitly, and it's coming to PS5 like Jeff did.
Tom Henderson goes, Wu-Tang Clan game. He did that on purpose.
Did we not hear? Did I not hear some
Brass Lion?
They were having some trouble.
Announced some layoffs.
Yeah.
Remember what I said about that Wu-Tang, that alleged Wu-Tang game?
No,
I said I had heard it. I'd spoken about it on the show.
Never.
I had heard that it wasn't going great a while back. That's what I had heard. Again, the shape it's in now, I don't know. These layoffs would indicate.
I mean, see, that's the kind of thing that I'm like, the devs can't defend that statement. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, and then if that goes out there, and then people start talking about it, and then everyone at Microsoft will think, "Oh, that Nick guy, what a prick."
They think that anyway.
Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, yeah, there's a lot we don't know, frankly. But
Call of Duty will be there. Like,
we'll have some fun trying to put something together between now and June, right?
In Superchat, I forgot about that.
What?
Third-party stuff. So you're saying Persona 4 Remake, Splinter Cell, Silksong? Well, Silksong's coming to Game Pass, so you would think.
Yeah, it definitely always felt like the big Silksong reveal would be with Microsoft again, because like it was just in the split second of the Switch 2 Direct, but it wasn't.
Yes.
I didn't have time for dinner before we started, so thank you, honey.
It's okay. I was having my hot cross buns when we started.
I'll probably turn my camera off because no one needs to see me eating spaghetti
Splinter Cell
meatballs.
Remake. If that game is ready to have a proper showing, the Xbox showcase is the place to do it.
Yeah.
Not Ubisoft's thing. Do it at Microsoft's. That's where your spiritual audience is. Like Splinter Cell, while it is now a multi-platform IP. Its heritage is Xbox. That's where its audience is. If you have a moment where the screen is dark and then you hear, and you see the green lights, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh boy, that would be so good. I hope so. I'm so excited about that Splinter Cell remake.
And I'm curious with them owning Mojang and the rumors about Minecraft Dungeons 2. Is that something close that would be shown?
Yeah.
Like, there's just, you can go down
Maybe.
all of their ridiculous number of studios, and it's just like, they could be there.
Yeah.
It's more than a rumor.
I saw a Minecraft movie today. And I said it on Twitter, but I want to underline it. It is the first time in my entire life, outside of once, which was the Avengers finale at Endgame, where the audience, all the kids, were clapping and hollering and quoting all of like, "I am Steve," and all of that, and it was bizarre.
God.
Like all the adults were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But did you like it though?
I actually would say genuinely, in my expertise as a movie critique, that I found it to be a more fun movie in terms of like in real life. It's just a dumb, stupid movie. But I had more fun and I laughed out loud more watching this than I did with any of the Sonic movies, the Mario movie. So yeah, in terms of video game movies, recent ones, it's probably the best one I've seen. Like, I was so surprised that I actually
because one of my mates said the same thing. One of my best mates was like, "Man, I love the Minecraft movie." I'm like,
it was genuinely
really?
great fun. Yeah, it was
He's like,
genuinely great fun.
I was like, I'd find that very difficult to believe.
I think
he's like, "Nah, yes, it was so good."
What genuinely surprised me was that the soundtrack, obviously Jack Black's there, so there's more, no spoilers, but there's more musical things than you would think because Jack Black's influence. But also, if you're a big Flight of the Conchords fan, there's some cameos and stuff in there. There's some cameos from YouTubers. There's lots of stupid in-jokes. But it was this TikTok trend or YouTube trend where little clips of the movie have gone out and people are reacting to stuff like Chicken Jockey but all of the kids were saying the quotes as they were happening live to the movie, even though like my son and daughter had not seen the film yet they knew all the quotes. It was weird, but everyone was like, "Whoa, yeah!"
It looks like it's going to end up being the top grossing video game movie of all time by the looks of it.
It would not surprise me.
I think it's on track to do that.
And do you know what I will say as well? When we first saw the CG, everyone was like, "Oh, why didn't you just like do like what Minecraft
the
actually
Minecraft
looks like?"
style.
But I will say, and I didn't realize this at the time, this was filmed in New Zealand, and I didn't check the credits. I'm not sure who did the CG on it, but the CG is excellently done. Like, you know, like sometimes you're like, "This is cheap, shitty CG." It's actually very well done, and there's some really great bits in it. Like, I actually liked it. Go take your kids to see it. If they're Minecraft fans, they will have a good time.
When I tried to look up who did the CGI, the first thing I see is, why is the Minecraft CGI so bad by a website?
I thought it was great.
But also they also do have a fully animated thing coming from Netflix, cartoon on there for people who want the Minecraft-y experience that's just full Minecraft looks.
My son wants to see it, the movie.
Yeah, take him. It's actually
I'm
fun.
not going to take him.
Oh.
My wife can take him.
I mean, you could check some streaming services if you wanted.
I won't say anything.
It's definitely not on there, and I'm trying to eat.
I would disagree with you on that, Jesse.
No, shut up, idiot.
Right. Anyway, sorry, Minecraft movie tangent. Yeah, maybe Minecraft Dungeons 2 will be there.
Yeah. Because that is a real thing. Minecraft Dungeons 2.
The first game was extremely successful, unlike Legends, which was
I reviewed Legends, and I was just like, I don't understand who this is for.
Oh, wait. Dungeons 2 or Legends 2? Wait.
It won't be Legends 2, bro. That one flopped.
No, the rumor is Dungeons.
No way. Yeah, there's no way it will be Legends 2.
Oh. I just couldn't remember.
Dungeons 2 was support. Dungeons was
that's where I
supported for
got
a long
confused.
time. Legends 2 was dropped.
I'm
off
just
the
checking
game.
my DMs. I was trying to remember if that was the only Minecraft thing I got. Oh, it's not. Well, there you go.
Anyways, there is another question, and I suppose I would like to spend a little time on it. We talked a little bit about the Outer Worlds 2 having its extended direct after the show, but Didact 3 has an extra question.
Okay. Yes. Didact 3. Hello, everyone. Now that the showcase and direct details were revealed, I was wondering about that IGN first reveal for the game. What did you guys think? Was it a good call? Doesn't it diminish the value of the direct since we already saw gameplay? The footage looked very early and not that exciting to me. I don't know if it diminishes. I think it depends on what gets shown later. No?
I don't want to sound dismissive of the game. I played a little bit of the Outer Worlds 1. Admittedly, I bounced off it. Whatever. I'm sure there's loads of Outer Worlds fans that are really looking forward to the sequel. And the sequel does look to be a big step up in every single way. And maybe that's the point of having a direct, is to actually say to people, hey, look how much more awesome this is now we've had some time to cook, right? But when I think of games that get a direct, do you know what I mean? Like when I think of games that are the big showcase game of the winter, which is effectively what the direct is. Here's our big game for this bit. Maybe it isn't that in Microsoft's eyes anymore. I don't know. I wouldn't have picked the Outer Worlds 2. But if they've already done Call of Duty and Fable has slipped to 2026, maybe that's what they've got and they're rolling with it, Like, I don't know what else they would do in that scenario. But it just doesn't feel like the kind of game that's going to grab tons and tons of people.
First game sold well over 5 million by 2023. It was a surprising hit.
So what do I know, hey? I don't know. What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. I just think if they're showing, it depends what they're showing. If they're showing the exact same thing, then I understand. But if they're showing something completely different, maybe they're showing more combat, maybe they're showing, then I think it's fine. I think it's okay.
I often I don't love IGN firsts personally. I get why they exist, right? Because IGN is the biggest video game website in the world, and if you're going to show something off, you want to show it to as many people as possible. That's who you pick. But I hate that that's how it works. Do you know what I mean?
Would you still hate it if we were the biggest in the world and it was us getting them?
No, I'd love it.
Yeah.
Liar.
Keep me up at night. Absolutely. Just
the reason this, and Ryan McCaffrey's talked about it before, because I'm pretty sure he's the one that sets these up for the most part, because he's like the previews guy. Like they have to fly out and like go through, like they have to have a whole setup to generally go to these places. It's not like something you can do online. Like it has to be someone big enough to be like, we will make enough money back to have a crew go out and fly and check this out and this type of stuff. It's a lot more complicated, I think, than most previews are.
I haven't watched the direct, but is it like, are we talking, is it just pure like his 13 minutes of gameplay? And
this first video is just 11 minutes of gameplay.
Okay.
And they'll have more footage and more coverage and stuff throughout the month.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you. It's Finn who cheered 150 Twitch bits. It was pretty loud, but thank you very much.
Thanks heaps. By the way, we forgot earlier that Jay Foley became an XboxEra supporter, I think, on YouTube.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
I wanted to say something earlier, but you guys were talking too much.
Oh,
and I couldn't get a word in.
Jay Foley, reminder, head to discord.gg/XboxEra because you now have access to the Cool Kids Lounge. So go hang out with all of your fellow Patreon/YouTube supporters.
Should we read out Lucius Augustus's
Yes.
super chat?
Isn't it to do with the switcheroo?
Sort of.
Well-
Lucius Augustus.
Okay.
All right.
Go on. Go
Have we
for it.
got the Switch as part of the news? Have we?
At some point, yeah. But it's a little bit later on.
Oh, okay. All right.
We can chop
You know
and
what I'd
change.
like-
It's fine.
You know what I'd like to talk about now? Marathon. Let's talk
You want to talk about marathon?
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about marathon.
Let's get it out of the way.
Okay.
Bungie, while I was sleeping,
How dare they?
did their big reveal of Marathon.
Mm,
I looked at the YouTube channel. They posted a lot of videos.
yeah.
I immediately went to the gameplay one. Don't give
Yeah.
a fuck about the rest.
Yeah.
I don't know what the general sentiment is online. I haven't been awake long enough. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked what I saw of
Cool.
Marathon. It looks I think is it a 3v3 extraction
3v3v3, I think.
Oh,
It's a multiplayer PvP, 3 players per team extraction shooter. Yes.
I actually like the way it looked. I like
Yeah, I
the
think
art
the art
style.
style's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. It seems like, I mean, Bungie's known for having relatively good gunplay, although I think that's a bit overrated in Destiny. I'm not saying Destiny doesn't feel good at all, but the way people act like Destiny shooting is like, oh my god, it's the greatest gunplay ever. It's not. Up to 18 players, Tom Henderson said. Wow,
Nice.
that's good.
And it's PvPvE, SJ's clarified in the chat.
Oh, right. I wonder how it'll do. Well, I think it looks enjoyable. I will give that a try, but it's not free to play, is it?
It's a premium game. Now,
right?
that doesn't mean necessarily $70, but it's
No,
not a
okay.
free to play
They said
game.
it's not 70, or their wording was it's nowhere near 70, but it is premium. So that with Sony, my guess would be 40.
50?
Yeah. And any
Okay.
multiplayer $40 games, I think, have a lot harder time than co-op $40.
Yeah.
And also, it is releasing September 23rd, the exact same day as Borderlands 4. This is going to be tough.
Oh,
I just like,
Borderlands is enormous, and it would be the type of thing I would try and stay away from.
I don't love
yeah, but they can't go later than September 23 because then they're running directly into COD
add GTA.
and potentially Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'm inclined to say I think the art style looks really cool, and it looks like a fun multiplayer shooter.
I'm a big fan of the art style. Big fan. I like how it looks. It's clean. It's clean.
But-
Almost Mirror's Edge-esque.
Yeah.
Almost.
But I think that many people, and I might be wrong, many people are not a huge fan of the extraction genre. I am one of those. I'm not a big fan of extraction as a genre. Now, I feel like putting out a premium multiplayer only game in this saturated environment is a risk.
It's
now,
risky.
can
Risky.
Bungie, because they're Bungie, are they still Bungie? Is probably a more prevalent question. Do what they've always seemed to have done, which is to like surprise and like really bring. Because I read an article on Insider Gaming from the biggest journalist in the world, Mr. Tom Henderson, and I think he used the phrase, and I presume he was copying it from a press release or quoting it from a press release, that never before seen game mechanics. And I'm like, what are they, people? Because I'm just seeing what looks to me like a very nice art style wise,
Standard
but a fairly standardized
shooter.
first-person shooter with a nice art style that happens to be an extraction shooter that's going to be released as a premium cost. Am I going to be falling over myself to buy it? No. I mean, it's nice that it's releasing on everything. It's releasing on PC, Xbox, PlayStation as a Sony-owned studio. Cool. But do I think this is the next big thing? I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do. I don't know if this is going to save
Yeah.
Bungie. You know what I mean? Like, because they've had a rough go of things.
I think the problem, the issue is, again, I've only watched the gameplay reveal trailer. I've seen nothing more, heard nothing else. It's going to be, it is going to be fighting some headwind, no doubt. Especially in a post-Concord world. So there's some things it's doing that it feels like they haven't learned from Concord, like charging for this type of thing, and that's fine. They can do whatever they want. I just think they're fighting against a world that is now coming to expect this sort of thing to be free. I'm not saying this should be free. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying the market they're entering into has started to expect this sort of stuff to be free, and it's not free. You combine that with the timing of the release, so right up against Borderlands 4. If they go later, they're up against COD. Obviously, they're not ready to go earlier, otherwise they would. So they're hoping that the Bungie name will do a lot of heavy lifting, obviously, because Concord had no name behind it. So they're obviously hoping the Bungie name is going to do a lot of heavy lifting. Obviously, these, again, I'm only basing it on the one gameplay trailer I've watched. It's giving a much better impression than Concord ever did. Because to me, Concord looked from first reveal. This already, I quite liked what I saw in that gameplay trailer. Like, really liked it. So I guess they're hoping that those initial impressions combined with the Bungie name will put some work in. I just don't know, if we're going to keep the same energy that everyone has. Oh, Rare's not even the same Rare from 64 days. Well, guess what? Bungie's not the same Bungie from the Halo days. So
No. And
if we're going to keep the same energy, of course.
Cheeto Gaming in the chat says Extraction Shooter is not for everyone. It's usually for competitive players. It's absolutely right. So
Highly
this is
competitive.
super hardcore. And this is the rub. Like, considering how Bungie has struggled with content for Destiny as an example, right? Obviously, and there's a cynical part of me that's like, this stylized art style may be simpler to develop assets in than perhaps something that's more hyper realistic, a la Destiny. But they invited all of the content
side
creators.
note.
Yeah, go on.
Cheeto Gaming, why have you changed all your avatars, like on Twitter and here, and it's just nothing? I'm curious. I noticed that on Twitter are now noticing in the chat, and all his like avatars, his profile pictures are just nothing.
A black circle.
Yeah, I was just wondering why. I was curious if something happened or not. But anyway, sorry. Side note.
Yeah, no. All I was going to say is like they've invited a lot of creators and press to try it, and like you're going to get a lot of hardcore creators. But here's the thing. Like, we've seen it before, and then the content isn't there, and then the pace can't be kept up, and then there's your problem, right? So it's launching with 6 heroes, I think, at launch. So 6 playable characters.
And is Destiny still running alongside this?
Yeah, Destiny 2 is still a thing.
And no, I'm saying, is it still running? As in, are they still updating?
I think they've adjusted the content pipeline for Destiny to be lesser than it has ever been, but there is still content being made for it, I believe. I don't know. I mean, I will happily jump in and play it, but I would, at least if it was free. Like, the minute they're asking me to put down like 50 quid, I'm kind of like,
they'd want to do a demo. They'd want to do a demo.
They'll probably do a free alpha, like beta or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the announcement today, is that there's an alpha you can sign up for right now at their Marathon Discord.
Because that's the problem. In a free-to-play world, if you're going to charge money for this, people aren't going to pay to try it.
Yeah.
They want to try it out before they put their money down.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe a Game Pass deal.
Well, if it's going to be on Game Pass, it'll be on PS Plus, mate. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. I'm just saying. Can you imagine if they did a Game Pass deal for it?
Yeah, I could imagine it. I don't know. I don't see enough here that makes me go like, I really want to play this. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm just like,
I see enough that makes me definitely want to try it.
but like, if I was to go and show you trailers for like, I don't know, Fragpunk or Valorant or what's the one that shut down? Spectre Divide. Like Spectre, did you see Spectre Divide's art style?
X
Defiant. Yeah, like it all kind of just merges into one. It's a first-person shooter extraction game kind of mess for me. I mean, though the other ones I listed aren't extraction games, just for the record. But
Is Payday an extraction game?
It's got modes.
Yeah, Payday is an extraction game that has no competitive element. It's just against bots.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't played Payday, so I don't know.
It's fun. But it's against the computer. And unfortunately, the reality is, if this is super competitive and it's played by super competitive people, your average Joe is just going to go, fuck this, and not play anymore. And then
that's what I mean. And that's the other thing. Like, if it is going to be distilled into a pool of mostly hardcore, ultra competitive people, combined with the $40, $50 price of entry, cool, that's a barrier. Like
in this economy as well.
Yeah, that's a real barrier. So I'm genuinely curious as to how they approach the launch of this. I feel like a free weekend or a demo or something like that might be required here to give people a taste. And that way people might try it and go, holy shit, this is one of the most fun first-person shooter experiences I've ever had. I am going to buy this for $40, $50. This is great.
Exactly. I hope. I think you'll have a closed alpha. I don't think that will be the thing. But as they come up to launch, maybe over the summer,
I need something open. I need something open that anyone can try.
Yeah.
Because it's let's not pretend that it's impossible for them to find success. Look at Helldivers 2. I know Helldivers 2 wasn't an extraction shooter, but it was still something fun that people tried it and they enjoyed it. Word spread. It all went viral, and the game found massive success. So let's not pretend that Marathon can't find any success.
No, I completely
agree. At
the
the moment, we're just looking at everything at a very surface level.
It's really hard to judge without putting your hands on it, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I look at gameplay and I'm like, whatever, I need to try it. The only thing I would say is the difference with your Helldivers 2 comparison is I think that, and I think developers should be paying attention to it, I think that there is a far broader audience that like playing with their mates against the computer than against other people. Because unfortunately, other people are horrible. Right? So,
and again, you've got that hardcore element as well.
Yeah.
The ultra competitive element. I do love the way it looks, though. Visually, I do like its style a lot.
It's nice.
It's really, really good. It's almost like Destiny meets Mirror's Edge, which I think that's a great combination. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do. Hopefully, for Bungie's sake, it does really well, because I feel like what I believe will rear its ugly head if this game isn't successful is, you guys recommended cancelling factions for this? That's what I think will probably come up. That'll be the discussion if this game is not successful. I think that's what we will see in the hardcore bubble. Will be, oh my god, wasn't it Bungie that recommended Last of Us factions get cancelled, and now they release these? That's probably what we're going to hear.
Regardless, I'm sure it's an absolutely solid mechanically game. Like, without even playing it, it's gonna be a good game. Do you know what I mean? The question is not whether it's a good game, because unfortunately, if all you needed to do was be successful nowadays was to be a good game, then everyone would be successful. Yeah, because there's tons of them. The problem
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown would have sold 40 million copies,
but it didn't. Yeah,
it sold 40.
And it doesn't even take into account that you're fighting against such established players in this space. But hey, it's Bungie, right? Bungie magic. Bungie of old, yeah?
For their sake, I hope so.
We shall
For
see.
their sake.
We shall see. Yeah, that was Marathon.
It's coming to Xbox. Hey.
It's coming to Xbox.
And it says it
Coming
on,
to
Sony
on the
goes
PlayStation
third
blog.
party.
Yeah, on the PlayStation blog, it says the word Xbox.
Oh, times they are a changing.
Assassin.
They are a changing.
Assassin in the chat. Just think, fair game $ is next year.
Oh,
Good luck.
that one I feel a little more sorry for.
Oof, I don't know, man. Next up, David Fincher, legendary cinematographer, director, made an Xbox ad.
I like that ad.
It's all about the rat race.
Yes,
all
it's
about that rat
escaping the rat race. You fucking... Oh, my God. Some of the people online were like, Xbox is just calling us all rats.
Oh, my God.
No. It's an ad about the rat race, and you're using your Xbox to escape the rat race, to feel more human.
Yeah.
That's what the ad is
The
saying.
places, the people in places you would think of that normally just get mad at everything, we're very mad at this.
Yeah.
I like this ad. We haven't seen ads like this in video games for years. This is a very PS2 sort of PS3 era quirky sort of lifestyle ad. Like David Lynch directed an ad for PlayStation 2 called The Third Place, which was also a really weird quirky ad where there was a duck talking, and this reminded me a lot of ads from that era.
I really want to play a game set in this universe. Like, I think it would be really cool. Like everyone's rats. I do have one criticism of this ad though, and I like Microsoft folks. This is not going to sell any hardware. Like, if you want to, can we get an ad that explains how Game Pass works for people?
Yeah, I know.
Like, again, I don't know how often we have to say this. Like, I don't know how much you had to pay David Fincher to make this ad. It's a great ad. Not taking away from the ad. I think the ad is awesome. It's really
very
fun.
high budget.
I love it.
Very high budget.
I love it as a piece of cinema stuff. Lovely. Good times. But the ad that you actually need is, you know, people discussing like in a fucking Walmart or some shit or a Target going, oh man, these eggs are so expensive. Oh, I can't even afford this game for my kid.
Man.
And then just have a guy come up and pick up a Game Pass sub and be like, what's that? It's 400 games, bro. Boom.
Boom. They need something very basic and simple that just gets that message across.
It's so bizarre that no one has done it. Like, I'm like, is there a marketing guy out there that just...
You've got Nintendo, who has just revealed $80 games for Switch 2.
This is the time to pounce, isn't it?
This is the time. Same way Sony saw your DRM and went, here's how you share games. Blech. You've just got Nintendo showing $80 games. People in all the YouTube chats going, drop the prices, drop the prices, drop the... This is your time
to highlight the value.
An ad for Game Pass saying $80 games. No need with Xbox. Pay $20 a month. 400 games, including brand new ones. Like that. That's your moment, Xbox. That's your time.
Like the phrase I've heard used is that value isn't sexy. Right? Value is hard to advertise because it's not sexy.
I find that difficult to believe in today's climate. In today's economic climate, I find that difficult to accept and believe.
And like Shane G in the chat says, completely disagree, John. I tell people constantly how Game Pass works, and none of them want it. They think I'm insane for subbing to a game service. I mean, conversely, mate, I've had the exact opposite conversations with people that are like, "Oh, I've just had to buy this at the old school gates," and I'm like, "Oh, why didn't you get it on Game Pass?" And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's this," and then I explain how it works, and they're like, "What? Just all of them?" I'm like, "Yeah, every game Microsoft release."
Yeah. Call of Duty.
And then they go out and buy a Series S for their kids because like it's the best value that you can get currently in modern gaming, right? Like, I don't think there's a disagreement about that. That is the best value. It's not sexy though. You what, mate?
You what, mate?
You fucking what?
I still like that ad. I think it's.
I love the ad. I love the ad. I'm not trying to take away from the ad. I'm just like, I feel like a high-end fart sniffy, arty farty, cool ad like that is cool, but it's the wrong ad. It's the wrong ad right now.
Sniffy. That is super fart sniffy. That is just like right up, like full fart sniffy. Basking in the ambience. Basking in the ambience. It's just like full-blown fart sniffy, that ad. But I don't mind it. Like, I've always enjoyed those fart sniff video game ads. I've always found them funny and cool and quirky, and in video games they work. I don't know why, but in video games they seem to work. Like, they had some really cool PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 ones back in the day, like that stupid baby one. Do you remember the PlayStation 3 one with the baby, the doll that was like, and then it started crying, and it was just so weird and stupid.
Like Xbox's one where they all had the guns, like finger guns, and then the one with the baby.
That was banned.
Yeah, I know.
Finger guns one was banned, but that was.
And then you had the baby being born and shot through the air and
shot through the air. And one of the greatest of all time was the skipping rope one, the jump in one for 360. Where they were all skipping, and then the skipping line got bigger and that ad was incredible. That was one of the greatest brand / lifestyle ads for a video game company I've ever seen. That skipping rope one, and it had a classic George, who's it by? George Dindada. The song is called Dindada by George Kranz, 1984 classic dance track called Dindada by George Kranz, and that was the backing track for the jump in Xbox 360 jump rope ad. Oh my God, what an ad. One of the greatest I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it, everyone in the chat of the 250 still watching us, hit that like if you liked the George Kranz jump in ad. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Google or YouTube Xbox 360 jump rope ad and watch it. It's one of the greatest lifestyle video game ads you'll ever see in your life. It is a good one. Incredible. But the rat race, Escape the Rat Race, great ad. I like it.
I liked it a lot.
I think it's cool. Very PS2-esque.
Yeah.
Back when they used to get directors doing their ads. It was good. I liked it.
Should we talk about Nintendo Switch 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have a console for those who can't afford the Switch 2. We have the Switch 1.
It is amazing.
I know you didn't say those words.
It is amazing just how much in spirit this feels like the Xbox One launch.
This is such an Xbox
but with
launch.
less games somehow. Like, you were shocked when we told you they only have one new first-party game the first month and a half.
Yeah.
And it's $80.
Oh, Jay Foley. 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
what a
Salva
ledge.
got one. Salva, who's also a new patron. Tim Per 21. Austin T. Good Old Collingwood got one. And Divan Greeny. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that. That's great.
So, I want to talk about this. There's been a lot of discussion and a lot of headlines about $90 physical games on Switch 2. And I saw an article on this, and I want to call this out, right? Because in our show notes here, it says Breath of the Wild is $90 on Switch 2 if it comes with the DLC. Is that the only one that's $90?
There is nothing 90. It was €90 on physical. So in Europe, it's 80 digital, 90 physical. Not in America, but everyone ran with it being that everywhere.
Yeah, because there's an article on Digital Trends that's like, no Switch 2 games aren't $90.
Yeah, and Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition. Yeah, Switch 2 Breath of the Wild is $70. It does not come with the DLC, so it's $90 to get the full game with DLC.
By the way, Jesse, you're wrong. There's 2 first-party games at launch.
The other one?
Nintendo Switch 2 Experience.
Oh, yeah, for $10.
The virtual tour. That should have been a pack-in. That's somewhat, for some reason. But then, see, this is the thing. This is Nintendo Japan, yeah? So Reggie had to fight with Miyamoto for Wii Sports to be free. And that was a stroke of genius in the end. So you'd think that Nintendo would have seen that and gone, oh, wow, like packing in Wii Sports was like the correct move. And the console was hugely successful as a result. Then you see Nintendo Land, which should have been the Wii U's pack-in, wasn't free. And that just added to that snowball of the Wii U being a massive failure. So, I don't know. It's a virtual tour. It's really not a game. It should be. It's going to be cheap, apparently. Allegedly rumored to be cheap.
Yeah, it's $6 to $10 or something.
Point. That's not the point.
No, it's not.
It should be free. Like,
it should just be a thing that you can choose to install and learn about your Switch too, like an interactive manual.
Yes,
That's all it
like
is.
this really cool thing because then the perspective shifts, right? So if you make it free, people will try it and they'll go, "Oh, this is actually more than I thought. This is really cool," and then it generates talk, and then they tell other people about and then the perspective on that whole thing changes. Where when you charge for it, people will go, "Isn't it just a virtual tour? I'm not going to pay for that."
Yeah.
Like it just that simple
mate,
perspective shift.
I am willing to bet there are a lot of Nintendo people out there that will.
Oh yeah, I may even get sucked in and buy it. Who knows? I don't know.
What the fuck?
If it's only like $6 or $10.
That's how they get you.
It's
That's
10
how they
US,
get
so what, 15 for you?
Oh,
Maybe
so 20. It'll be
Yeah.
15 or 20 for me.
Yeah.
If it's 20, I won't. If it's 15, that's that threshold. Because remember, I've already pre-ordered the Mario Kart bundle, so I already have the main game coming with my console.
You know who's not pre-ordering the Mario Kart bundle now? Canada. Because all of their distribution goes through Seattle for North America. So no pre-orders for Canada.
Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, I just... Again, to be fair, Doug Bowser didn't actually say the words, "Oh, if you can't afford a Switch 2, we have the Switch 1." But what he did say, like, even though it technically doesn't say that, in a weird roundabout way, it does. So what he actually says was that he understands that some people can't afford the Switch 2. He understands that. And that's a part of the reason they're going to continue to sell the Switch 1 and support it and this and that and the other, which in a roundabout way is saying the same thing. We have a console for people who can't afford the Switch 1.
Yeah, the issue with Microsoft wasn't their message, it was the messaging. Like, the actual message would have been fine. They just went around about saying it the worst way possible. Whereas Nintendo ducked it mostly and just didn't talk about any of it in their actual show. Because they know.
Like, I look at all the headlines, and all the headlines are going with the Xbox One headline. So they're all going with, like, I literally have seen an article headline that's like, Nintendo has to stop Doug Bowser from speaking. Like, that's literally the headline is like, people have to stop Doug Bowser from speaking. And that's because of the way his words have been twisted. I say twisted. Again, he did effectively, for all intents and purposes, say that, hey, we understand you can't afford Switch 2. It's just, they're being very egregious and very aggressive in how they're like, oh my God, he just said what what's his name? Don Matrix said.
Yeah.
He didn't, not directly. But yeah, there's so many Xbox One vibes about this entire launch and console reveal. There's a lot of eerie Xbox One vibes about it. It won't go down like the Xbox One because it's a Nintendo product.
Yes, correct.
But like, let's be real. I mean, think about how it went for Xbox One. The next day, the media was like on them. Questions. Is Nintendo copying that right now?
No, their previews have been unbelievably... Like, people that went and saw it on hand at the Nintendo Experience are all like, oh my God. Like, there's no...
This is amazing.
You got people like Nick thinking it's as good as a PS4 Pro, even though that doesn't make any logical sense because it doesn't need to be.
It's better than a PS4 Pro. It's better than a PS4 Pro.
It can't
Okay,
do
Nick.
what a
Nick, no,
PS4
I've
Pro
got
would do
this.
at 4K.
I can do it. I can do it.
Can.
Nick. The Switch 2's internal components
Yep. Which we don't know yet officially.
are more modern and more capable of
Correct.
modern rendering techniques
Than a
than
PS4
the
Pro.
PlayStation 4 Pro. Yes.
Yep.
However, the Switch 2's components are also limited by its reduced handheld status of a 17 watt when unplugged and 30 watt max when it is plugged in. So while it has the ability to do more than the PS4 Pro, it is not more powerful in terms of actual numbers on paper.
If
But
you-
isn't what it can do ultimately what matters?
what it could do if it was given a bigger power supply and power footprint and better memory bandwidth. Because like you can, it's like a race car that gets to 20 miles an hour way faster, but that's all it hits. Whereas the other one can slowly ramp up to 40. It has more performance, but it is in a smaller performance envelope because it's not meant to be plugged into a wall. And it's small and it doesn't have proper heating dissipation for more than what it does.
Hence why the dock boosts it.
A little bit.
So
It's
I'm
just
getting
physics.
Fortnite at 1080 60. So I'm getting
Yeah.
Fortnite at 1080 60.
It'll be
so
fine.
fuck.
It is exactly what it needs to be. It does not need to be a 4K under the console TV.
What
DLSS
else did
can only
they
do so
show
much.
that's very reminiscent of Xbox One?
Smart
State?
glass and the Zelda.
The top USB-C can't do video output.
That's a shame, but okay, it's whatever.
Well, it just sucks because
It's
the
not
dock
huge
is $110.
Yeah.
I understand that because to have a USB-C port that can also support video, wouldn't it have to be Thunderbolt?
No, it's DisplayPort generally, but then they do a DisplayPort to HDMI because like HDMI has its own specific setups and can't go over USB-C the same way DisplayPort can, but then you DisplayPort. I think internally it becomes HDMI because that's what you're outputting.
So I assume it
yeah.
would need a bigger and probably more expensive USB-C port to support video. Again, not the end of the world. One of the things that I think might be shitty is, so I got very excited about the Piranha Plant camera from Hori until we found out that the Piranha Plant camera from Hori is only 480p. I'm like, what the fuck? When Nintendo's genuine one is 1080. Now, while this isn't official, my gut, which is usually pretty good, my gut tells me that Nintendo fucking capped them at 480p
Because
so that no one would buy the... Yes, because there's... Well, think about it logically, right? If the Hori camera, it was a 1080p camera, just like Nintendo's, and it was a similar price, who the fuck would buy Nintendo's? Everyone is going to buy Horis. Everyone. Because if you have a brain, you're going to buy Horis because it looks like a fucking sick Piranha Plant. And you can take the Piranha Plant out and stick it in your Switch too. And it looks amazing. And it would look cool on your desk. It wouldn't look like this creepy camera that's staring at you on your desk. It just looks like a cool Piranha Plant. And when you want it to be a camera, you open the mouth and you use it. So logically, everyone would buy Horis. So my assumption is that Nintendo has gone to Hori behind the scenes and gone, don't you fucking make that a 1080 camera. You make it 480p and make it cheaper. And Hori went, okay. And they capped the cap. That's just what my gut tells me because Nintendo appear to be in full 80s, 90s prick mode like they used to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went to Hori behind the scenes and told them to cap that camera. Because it makes no logical sense that in 2025, when every device has a 1080p camera, you are putting a Nokia 6610 camera into your device. It just makes no sense whatsoever. It's baffling. This reeks of Nintendo being pricks.
You could
Reeks of it.
probably buy the Hori camera and then just use any old third-party webcam and kind of take it apart and slot your one in, and then.
Okay, we're not all engineers.
I mean, it's a cable.
Relax.
Like it's not going to be that difficult, right?
I don't
Right.
know, man. I don't know.
No clue.
It's just, it seems real
It's weird how shitty and weird this unveil has been when they had so much time. Like it was.
Yeah, that's what's thrown me. It
it
feels
feels
very
rushed.
underprepared. Yeah. I expected more first party from them at launch. I expected more cohesiveness. And they were scared of telling you the price. They wussed out. They could have included that in the direct, but they didn't. I mean, admittedly, they might have omitted it from the video direct because they were looking at the economy and going, we don't know what that's going to be, so let's film it and we'll just do it on a blog post afterwards. That's a fair assessment. But it just feels like despite all of the time they had and the 2+ years of rumors of the Switch 2 is going to be soon, that it wasn't. Like, it's just odd. It's a really strange reveal. I'm agreeing with you.
It does reek of hubris.
Yeah.
It does reek a little bit of hubris.
Yeah.
We did find out there are no Hall effects in the joysticks, which I never thought any of the main company, like none of the platform holders would want to do because they want them to. Well, first off, Hall effects aren't perfect. They break all the time. What they don't do is drift. But the actual Hall effects are pretty infamous for breaking a lot. That's why Razer refuses to call theirs Hall effects, because they actually went in and made them more robust. So it's the Hall effect technology, but it's not weak like some of those tend to be. But yeah, on the whole, Nintendo said they went in, they changed things, they fixed them up, all that cool. But I never thought they'd do Hall effect just because they want to keep selling you new controllers at $90 a pop.
Yeah. You know what though, Nick?
Anyway, we have a super chat from Lucius Augustus.
Okay, let's do that. And then
if Nintendo players think $80 Mario Kart World is acceptable, will they also pay $80 for Forza Horizon 5? Will Microsoft test that? No, I don't think so. Microsoft values their relationship with Nintendo, and I think, again, Nintendo will go, don't you make your game $80? So I reckon, and Microsoft will want the game to do really well.
Yeah.
So if they are putting it on Switch 2, I suspect it will be at most 70. That's just my personal guess.
Well, they did it with PlayStation, where it was 50 and 60, or what? It was 60 and 70. So base 60, deluxe 70. So I think that's what they would do. And then the ultimate 100 type of thing again.
Yeah, I don't think Microsoft would go 80 personally.
No,
I don't think.
I agree. Did we miss the super chat from Pioneer? Because he said Marathon looks like a good cell phone game.
Cell phone game. That's a bit harsh. I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
I've heard a lot of people say it looks like a mobile game.
Really? It's not definitely a divisive.
I feel like
it's not helped by the bit rate.
Every game they don't like.
Well, no, it's super colorful, and the bit rate was really low in most of the videos they put up. So I bet you in person it looks a lot better.
Yeah, you stick HDR and all that on it, and it will look very shiny.
I personally liked how it looked.
Yeah,
personally,
I think it's going to be a divisive art style. But what I was going to say to you, Nick, was speaking of hubris.
Yes,
there's a community
half
question.
Why I did that. It's half why I did that. We also have a community question. When Jesse's
from
ready.
who?
Mariana.
And I'll give Jesse time to get ready by doing this. It's from.
Wow, half our audience just left.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I love doing that. That's my favorite time every week.
So in a scenario where Nintendo goes into a bad direction on how they're handling with Switch 2, in a few years or so, would they maybe pull a Sega or whatever sort of thing they're doing that's being pretty petty and such until we're proven wrong if they do something right? But your Jen's take on Nintendo bad situation? Piers, did Nintendo make a poor decision before the whole Switch 2 kebabble? They going through for some recaps? Got no idea what you just asked, mate.
I think he was intimating, would they pull a Sega? So if Nintendo gets it so bad this time, would they go third party? No.
No.
Nintendo would
That was-
never do that.
There was dozens of awful decisions by Sega that led them to that.
Yeah.
Tom Henderson goes, thought I clicked on the wrong tube for a minute there. Yep, red tube it was. I mean, what? What's red tube?
Oh, dearie me.
Look, Nintendo will never do a Sega. They'd rather go out a bit. Actually, no, sorry, I meant to say that's the wrong thing. No, Nintendo would not do Sega because their entire business is consoles and games and stuff like that. They'll never go third party. Nintendo would rather shut down than go third party.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Nintendo. Like, let's be real. Nintendo can get away with pretty much. I know the Wii U happened. I'm cognizant of the fact that the Wii U happened, but that was a different time. I think in a post-Switch world, Nintendo can get away with a hell of a lot more than they used to.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot more. More than Sony, in fact. I would argue. They can probably get away with even more than Sony can. But, yeah. As much as this launch is giving massive Xbox One vibes, it won't have an Xbox One launch.
No.
Where it's like a complete disaster. It won't happen. It's just not going to happen. Don't get me wrong. There's a part of me that would want to see Nintendo get some kind of comeuppance for what they're trying to pull. There's a part of me that would like to see that. But it's realistically not going to happen.
No.
But yeah. What else did we get out of the Switch 2 launch? Anything else? Any other Switch stuff? Oh yeah, the tariff stuff. Because again, remember last week I said a lot of people were trying to instantly blame Trump, saying, "Oh, Trump's the reason we're getting a $500 Switch." And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I got told about the price of the Switch back in January. And yes, Nintendo was aware tariffs were coming. So it's possible they sort of built that into the price at the time, but I think it's been basically confirmed that they did not. So Americans could be in for an even more expensive Switch.
Oof.
Which is insane.
He capitulated again and immediately made all computers, like most electronics aren't tariffed anymore. Even
consoles are though.
But consoles have a different number in the system. So they're not, they still are right now until like Sony and Microsoft complain enough, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Pretty much just give them $1 million and then consoles will be it will be accepted.
Get a great deal.
Not a single one did, Hytham.
That's fine.
Not one.
No. They're all ringing for a deal.
Oh,
the phone's off the hook. Off the hook over there for a deal. Have you seen the gif where it's an accordion between his hands? It's so mate. Have you not seen it?
I just love that LC Signs guy.
Oh, he's
so
fun.
good. The LC Signs guy. He's like, China. He's so good. He does it so well.
It's like people keep saying, really keep this stuff like out of the gaming. It's like, we can't. It's going to influence everything. Like everything's price is going to be influenced by this. You can't just ignore it.
Yes, Tony, the LC Sign guy. I love it. Like there's this, he shows clips and then he responds to those clips. Like he's got this clip of a woman showing 3 inches on a measuring tape. And she's like, if this is you, you better tone down when you're talking to me. And he's like, he starts whispering. It's just brilliant.
I've just sent you a link,
so
Nick.
good.
Just sent you a link.
Oh, shit. It's great. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's watch this video. There's a super chat from Jay Foley. Marathon crashed their own Discord server for alpha access this morning. Gives me hope that this isn't another Concord situation. It won't be a Concord.
No.
Like
Concord was
it
it was like everything that could go wrong did with Concord.
Like, and don't forget, Concord didn't look very good. It didn't look good, despite what some people on.
Yeah, I don't know
Twitter
many
went,
people who are like, "Oh, this just looks so boring and bland and
Looks
generic
amazing.
art-wise." It's like, no, there's people who are like, art style is not doing something for me, and a lot of people are like, "Yeah, this art style is super cool."
Like Concord was different. Like Concord was this weird. Why are they showing single player cutscenes to show off a multiplayer game? And the game didn't look very fun to play. And then lo and behold, they did that, the beta and whatever. And it wasn't, well, I didn't find it very fun to play. So it doesn't surprise me that it wasn't wildly successful. This to me, just based on the one video I've watched, already looks infinitely better than Concord. From visually, I like its style better. It looks like it's a bit better to play as well. So I don't think it'll be a Concord, but it will be interesting to see what the pricing does to it. But now I'm watching Trump play an accordion.
Yeah, it's just very entertaining.
Yeah.
The marathon cosmetics look kind of dumb.
All cosmetics are mostly
I know.
dumb. Like, I'm not
Well,
gonna
the
ever
thing
judge
is,
a
like
game.
I say with most of these, it has to be, you have to be going through IP. Like you have to be doing cross IP shit. That is just what people want every time. Overwatch's biggest shit was like anime and K-pop stars and stuff. Like people just want to spend money on that. Like people get mad at Call of Duty for having Jay and Silent Bob in it. It's like people our age will buy that dumb shit. They're into it.
Yeah, but I don't know if does Marathon look like a game that could have IP cross?
No, that's one of the problems. That's what Halo runs into. It's some things just doesn't make sense to do the cross IP stuff. So there will be things like you could get Cyberpunk into Marathon. I think like you can get things with a similar aesthetic.
Iron Man into Halo.
Yeah, you could have gone Doomslayer and the friggin' power armor from Fallout. Like there were definitely things that I think would have happened if Halo had been more consistently successful and not constantly friggin' reinventing itself until they fired everyone and now we're kind of, maintenance mode.
Start again.
Yeah.
Kind of like us in Forge era. Maintenance mode.
Yeah.
So, should we talk about IIIA Initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah, John and I watched this one again. That was fun. That was a good.
I did not. Apologies, I do not.
No, it was lots and lots and lots of indie games. I think 35 in total.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of the ones that really stood out to me.
I think 18 of them were on Xbox. If you go to someone with more energy than John and I had, we never ended up doing our everything at the AAA Initiative on Xbox thing, but I bet you like Pure Xbox or someone else did. There was a lot, including that Void Breaker I showed earlier.
Yeah,
that was the
Moonlight
final
2,
one.
The Endless Vault is Game Pass.
Summer, we got a release window.
Yeah, you had Outbound.
They did timestamps. Oh my god,
good.
Amazing! Thank you.
You had a Vampire Survivors Deep Rock Galactic game and another Deep Rock Galactic game. You had the Alters. I think the big highlight for me was Speedrunners 2, King of Speed. You ever played Speedrunners, Nick?
No.
It's a good game to
I'm
play.
looking at Rogue Core. Rogue Core looks interesting.
It's Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah.
Rogue Core.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see the Deep Rock Galactic logo. That was a little. Oh yeah. That looks cool.
Yeah, the other
Tears
the
of
Diablo-ish one or the Vampire Survivors Deep Rock game has been out for a while. I think they announced 1.0.
Yeah.
Endless Legend. What's Endless
Oh, we had
Legend?
Rematch. Yeah, that's coming as well.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
we
Rematch
John and I
coming to Game Pass.
completely missed that during the show. Neither of us noticed it when it said it on the
I
trailer.
sent it to Jesse. I just assumed Jesse knew, and I
No.
typed into Jesse in Discord. I'm like, "Fucking Rematch is coming to Game Pass. What the fuck?" He's like, "Is it?" I'm like, "It just fucking announced it." He's like,
Yeah.
"I'm putting an article out," and I'm like, "Oh my god, Rematch is coming to Game Pass. That's fucking
That should do
unreal."
very well. That should do very, very well.
Well, it's what
Rocket
it's
League
similar
people,
to
the
Rocket
genius
League.
idea.
It was similar to Rocket League
Yeah.
with PlayStation Plus.
That's right. And that's probably what they're going for. They saw what a Smash Rocket League was being free on Plus and went, well, let's just put this on Game Pass. All right. Oh, that's so good that it's going to be on Game Pass. So good. What a smart idea to have Rocket League, but with people. That's so smart. Don't you reckon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't believe no one ever thought of that before.
I
Rocket
think
League's been out for 10 years and no one thought to do Rocket League, but with humans.
Yeah, like
Wasn't there
kicking
that
the ball with
FIFA
their
mode
feet.
that's kind of like that?
Yeah,
A little
I
bit.
think EA makes a game similar. The sport is soccer or something, but yeah.
Hopefully, there's no quick chat. There's no chat at all. Just please, for the love of God, no chat.
GG. What a
GG,
save.
GG. Wow, what a save. Wow. Okay.
Toxic
Wow.
as fuck.
Oh my god, it's so gross. They have you seen how they've put new ones in Rocket League? I think they made, what was it? There must have been something about being anti-toxic. I don't know what was going on, but all of a sudden all my chat messages in Rocket League changed to really, really nice stuff. You should have seen it. It was so funny because I went to say what a save to someone to like hang some shit on them. And it said something really nice and positive, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was so good. I wish I could remember what it was saying. It was so good. I'm gonna look it up.
We got a release date for the altars. It's coming in June. Finally, after I had access to it, and I could have played through the whole game if I want. But I'm a very nice, good person who didn't do that to the devs. So we'll get it in a little. That was a June 18th ish. I think we got a couple of June games now. Got May games. Like Game Pass never stops, and people are still trying to catch up to January's releases, and it just.
Yeah,
that's right. I went to say what a save to shit on them because I kicked a goal. So I went to say what a save, and it said the message had changed to "You have a beautiful car, by the way."
What? Amazing.
I thought it was so good the way they had done it because they just realized that everyone uses so much of their chat to be toxic as fuck. So they just changed all the messages to be super nice.
Good for them.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so good.
Darren Cool in the chat. You may not have heard of it. It's the second time that these indie devs have bunched together to do a show.
Evil Empire?
Yeah, the first time was driven by Evil Empire. They wanted to show off their game and they reached out to some friends and they decided to put on a show. And this time they didn't really have anything to show, but they still kind of helped organize and get everything together. It's basically indies doing it for themselves with no fluff, just announcing indie game after indie game after indie game.
Right there. See, that's what happens when you don't know. We like looked away for a second, didn't know it got a release date, and didn't know that it was on coming to Game Pass.
Whoops.
Also,
June 19.
Yep. I know.
Hey. June 19.
What is it? What's so special about June 19th, Nick?
Absolutely nothing. What else was at this showcase? Escape Simulator 2, Moonlighter 2. Was that no?
That's coming to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Sadly for Nisa Hauer, there was still no Winterborough, which is supposed to be spring 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Timberborn as opposed to Towerborn.
Yeah,
it's
you play
beavers.
as Beaver.
Yeah.
And you build
beavers.
it's a city builder like factory sim type thing, but as a beaver.
Yeah, this game's out. This was about an update.
Yeah.
I heard beavers and thought, here we go.
Yeah,
I'll play this game.
Of course you did.
Love me a good beaver.
Have you ever heard the song by Primus with the lyrics, Winona had a big brown beaver?
It was in Tony Hawk.
It was in Tony Hawk. Yeah. Yes, you're absolutely
It's
right.
the one that goes. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. Winona had a big brown beaver.
The moment you hear it, if you've played that Tony Hawk, you will know it.
Yeah.
What's this Everwild looking game? See this Everwild looking game?
Nope. I mean, I've got the timestamps. I can click them.
It is coming out fall 2025. It's got an art style very similar to
I just need a name.
Everwild. Opus Prism Peak.
I'm just out of I used to know the lyrics to this, and I had to look up the lyrics for Winona's big brown beaver, and the lyrics are: Winona's got a big brown beaver, and she shows it off to all her friends. One day, that beaver tried to leave her, so she caged him up with a cyclone fence. Along came Lou with the old baboon and said, "Recognize that smell? Smells like 7 layers. That beaver eats Taco Bell."
Oh,
Oh, it's a great song.
I don't know if I've ever heard that song.
The last lyric is like, Winona loved her big brown beaver and she stroked him all the time. She pricked her finger one day and it occurred to her she might have a porcupine. That's like Primus just being absolutely mental.
Speedrunners 2 looks really fucking cool.
Mate, if you've never played Speedrunners, it's a multiplayer game, but you're constantly like trying to outrace each other.
Yeah.
You can pull each other back and there's power-ups and stuff. It is really good fun. It's really good fun.
That looks right up my alley.
We hate each other, Rayman Legends.
You can get it like really cheap. I think it's really cheap on Steam. And
I'll
on
get
Xbox.
that on Switch too. I'll definitely get that on. That's a Switch game. For sure.
What, multiplayer on the Switch? That's your focus.
No, you know how there's just certain games that like they're games you'd want to have on the go? That looks like one of those games.
Okay. Each their own.
Don't need to be offended.
I'm not. You know, it's just
Everything's
like,
so small. I think it would actually be
multiplayer
kind of
game.
hard on a small screen.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah, I was just saying, like,
It's
I don't
actually
want.
a
I have to
good
like
yeah.
because
Like
the on the go games for me are generally things that are big, like they're big. They're there. They're not fast either.
Oh my god, Rematch looks so good. Oh my god, Rematch looks so good.
John really wants to play a Mud
Can't
Runner
wait.
game, but it's not Mud Runner. It is Over the Hill.
I liked the vibe. I liked the vibe.
It's a very different vibe than Mud Runner. It was 100% Mud Runner gameplay, which is awesome. It is essentially puzzle traversal.
Yeah.
If people are ever wondering what is a Snow Runner or a Mud Runner game and why are they fun, it's because you're just really, really trying to figure out how the hell to get from point A to point B, and it's very difficult. And that is the puzzle. And then sometimes you're rescuing trapped vehicles or moving things. There's that game coming out from them next month, that Roadcraft, that is trying to use those systems, but you're actually like creating shit with heavy equipment. So yeah, Munner is amazing.
Oh, wow. Did you see this game Morbid Metal?
We saw them all.
Yeah, it looks really good.
How cool does that look?
It's funny
It
because
looks really cool.
I think they showed that last year. That game has been at multiple shows and it never looked that good.
Sorry, not Morbid Metal. Duskfade.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Duskfade looks cool. Oh, wait. Morbid Metal looks cool too.
Yeah,
I'm just
because
thinking
Morbid
now.
Metal has been
Morbid
shown
Metal.
a lot. But Duskfade, I think this was the first time I'd seen Duskfade, which was like,
Yeah,
This
Duskfade looks neat.
it looks so good. It looks like one of the things that was going to be in like, this is a kid playing a game on a TV show. But then they were playing it and it actually looked like a game. But Morbid Metal has been at multiple shows before and never looked that good. It shows the...
It looks very Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Like Cyberpunk Devil May Cry. Which is sick. Or Ninja Gaiden.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like indies are doing such a lovely amount of heavy lifting. Like some of this stuff looks really smart and clever.
It wasn't at this show, but I have a code for it. I'm going to be reviewing a game called Kyborg, Kiborg. And I want to bring that gameplay up from that just simply because Kyborg trailer. It was one of those things where I saw it and they were like, "Hey, you want to review this?" And I looked at the trailer because I always try to look at everything to give them a fair shake. I was like, "This looks surprisingly 360 PS3 awesome, like third person." Mix of melee and shooting combat. You're some big, bald, mustachioed man escaping from a prison. Like it looked nice. It looked like it might be fun.
It does look fun.
Yeah, like I was very surprised. You got a big mustache. Kind of look like a buff, tall MVG.
What are you talking about? He's a giant of a man.
Yeah, there's just so many indie games like this that every once in a while just really surprise you. And you become a giant friggin' Beetleborg looking cyborg at some points. Because why not?
That looks cool.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. I only have Steam. I don't have Xbox. It happens. These indie games, it's almost always Steam. Xbox is always ready the day of launch, essentially. So please keep that in mind.
Looks fun though. Looks fun.
I'll do that after the next thing. With that, I'm done with the thing I'm on now that I can't talk about, so I'll be on that one soon.
Nice.
Well, I got to write and narrate and Video edit. If we didn't do videos, it would be, I could do twice as much easily.
But we like doing videos.
I love doing videos.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to do this last one?
Sorry, I'm replying to a DM.
Is that a yes?
What's the last one? What is
The
it?
thing you said was real.
Oh yeah. So I need to click on your link, Jesse. So I haven't looked at it.
It was mostly about Black Ops 7 and prototype sequel rumors.
I mean, we are talking about a rumor. Like, arguably, you could classify this as a mill of rumors.
Could I?
I mean, arguably you could, because it's not
but
your rumor. We're
I'll
talking
play the
about.
music
About,
because it's corroborating.
but it's
Okay.
The
fuck
rumor
it,
mill is.
everyone loves it, and I love the song, so just play it anyway. Fuck it.
Okay.
Come on, we haven't done the intro.
It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the Rumourmill. John and Jesse would bet it forever if they could. It's the Rumourmill. It's the Rumourmill. It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the Rumourmill. John and Jesse would bet it forever if they could. It's the Rumourmill.
Now. Well, hello, everyone. We'll keep the song going. Don't worry.
Those random shots of me just sleeping.
What a track!
And this version's way longer, too. Just keeps going. I'll get up a little louder.
Okay. So, yes, there was this rumor apparently on Reddit. Again, I apologize because I woke up to everything. I have not looked at anything properly. And apparently, there was this rumor on Reddit, something to do with Black Ops.
A whole bunch of news about Black Ops 7, and then a little line at the end about
prototype.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, before I'd even woken up, so first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I check all my notifications for Discord and Twitter. Oh, not Twitter so much, because Twitter's notifications are broken anyway, but Discord. And I got a message, and all the message said was, "This is real, by the way." That's all the message. I didn't even get a chance to read anything.
Moon landing was fake, by the way.
Oh, wait. I should probably... Ooh, shit. Wait, hold on. Wait.
It's already out. It's not you saying something first.
No, I know. Hold on.
Just tell Phil. It's fine. It's already out there. It's not on you.
I'm just confirming which part they were talking about when they said this is real. I need to
Yeah, it would be funny. So one of these two things will be real.
Oh, okay. No, both.
Okay.
So apparently the Black Ops 7 stuff and prototype.
The moment I saw Insider Gaming report the Black Ops stuff, I was like, Tom seems to know everything about this game. So if he's putting it out there, it's probably true.
Yes. So again, it's not my rumor mill.
No. The
But
corroboration
everyone loves the
mill.
music, and so do we. We love the music, so that's why we decided to play it.
It's fun.
But I guess all I'm doing is
Corroborating.
corroborating, because again, I woke up to the DM saying this is real, by the way, in terms of the Black Ops 7 stuff and the prototype stuff. So for those that wanted a new prototype, I guess that's exciting. Is that what the rumor was? I haven't even read it.
Yeah, I put the link in chat. It was a post on Reddit. He gives a whole bunch of details about Black Ops 7 and its zombies mode and other things. 32 versus 32 multiplayer mode again. But then the very last thing was... As part of this, I also saw that another prototype is planned with Alex Mercer returning as a protagonist. Gameplay will involve shape-shifting, transforming into other people to infiltrate areas, and the game will be set in New York. Ooh. It's not like a sexy rumor. It's just that, hey, I believe this exists.
Okay.
People want us to play the clip again.
Right.
They want to see Pre-Drag laughing.
Okay, so you know what? Fuck it. My source is watching right now. So I'm just going to ask them live on air because I can't be fucked typing out DMs. Do you want me to say that part 2?
Make this an actual rumor mill?
Watching. Do you want me to say that part 2 that you just typed to me? You can mention all this too, okay?
Okay, and we should hit the button because now it's going to be an actual rumor mill. Hitting the button.
It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the rumor mill. John and Jesse were better forever if they could. It's the rumor mill. It's the rumor mill. It's only here to make Nick feel good. It's the rumor mill. John and Jesse were better forever if they could. It's the rumor mill.
One. Yeah!
It's a real rumor mill now.
I miss hanging out with Pre-Dreg.
It's just giving more follow-up. It says here, allegedly, again, it's all rumors. This prototype game is supposed to be based on. It's like they had a prototype version of what the game could be on a next-gen engine. So apparently that's what this is based on. I don't know if that even makes sense.
Yeah, like a concept for what they could do. It's
With
always
the
like
powers
when
and
when you're in the like initial pitch phase or trying to figure out a game type of thing.
Yeah.
So it itself is not a game.
I never played Prototype. So did Prototype 1 and 2 have different protagonists?
No, I don't think so. I might be wrong.
I thought
think it
they
was
did.
the same guy.
They're saying here Alex Mercer was the more popular character.
Yeah, I
What
thought
does
they
that mean?
did. There were a white guy and then a not white guy. And the first game was a white guy. Second game, I think, was a black guy.
Okay. So which one was Alex Mercer? For number 1 or number 2?
No idea.
I never played it, so apologies if I sound dumb.
I
but
did.
never
I
played Prototype.
don't remember the names.
Okay.
Here, we'll show some. We'll show some of the game.
Alex Mercer was the white guy.
That's what I figured.
Okay, and my person was just like the white guy was more popular. I'm like, okay.
So James was
I
prototype
want-
too.
Right, okay. Fine. Okay, good.
So it was a prototype of prototype.
Yes, like a prototype of what prototype could be on a next-gen engine.
Mm.
So that's apparently what
It could probably be pretty cool.
This more follows what it's more based on what that prototype looked like or what it was. I don't know what that means. So apologies. But it was fun to push the button again.
Mhm.
But you
And
know
I'm
what?
just showing gameplay.
Fuck it. We're here. We're here.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh, no.
everyone's enjoying the music.
Oh,
Everyone's enjoying
I'm
the
hovering
music.
over the mic, depending on what company this is about.
No,
So
trust me, you don't
technically,
have to
this is
mute me for
Xbox.
this. You don't have to mute me
I'm kidding. I'm not going to.
for this. I got another list of Fortnite people.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
I got another big list of Fortnite people. Big
This
list of
this
Fortnite
will be
people.
this will be one of our most watched episodes in a long time.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
If it gets out there that you've got a whole bunch of list of Fortnite skins. Amit Kumar
Okay.
knew. He guessed it before he even said it.
This is another long. I did not think I'd get a list like
Time
this.
to hit that
again,
button
but
again for
here we
this
go.
next rumor mill. I'm kidding.
So who have we got here? We've got. I assume this is part of Minecraft. It says Jack Black is coming to Fortnite, so I assume that's Minecraft related. They don't say it's Minecraft related. They just say Jack Black. But I'm assuming that's Minecraft related. More Mortal Kombat skins. I think it's a couple more waves of Mortal Kombat, like Shang Tsung, Goro, Shao Kahn, Reptile. Death Stranding characters, apparently.
Die Hard Man.
Isn't that odd? Apparently, Death Stranding.
I mean,
characters?
Sony's been into it. They've got Kratos.
Hold
in
on.
Oh.
Oh, wait. They're sending me a message. It's not Minecraft related. It's just Jack Black.
there. Oh, cool. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Hooray.
It's not Minecraft related.
I mean,
that's
Jack
why I
Black.
said I assumed
Minecraft Jack Black would just be
Apparently
Jack
just
Black with a Steve
Just be
outfit
Jack
on.
Black.
Yeah.
Yep. Doom the Dark Ages. So We've already got the Doomslayer in there from Doom 2016 or Eternal or whatever. Now we're going to have the Dark Ages variant. Not sure if it'll be ready for the game's release, but we know that Epic's timing is fucking all over the shop. Tony Hawk characters. So skaters, I guess, from Tony
Bam
Hawk.
Margera. Oh, boy.
Why is there so much controversy over Bam?
He's a douchebag. He's gone pretty... He had a lot of problems, and he has a lot of bad opinions on things, but he is back in the game because Tony Hawk told him he had to be.
Oh, okay. I keep seeing talk about Bam, and I had no idea why. I just remember him from Jackass.
Been some rough years.
So yes, Tony Hawk characters, and apparently an event, a Tony Hawk event. So I don't know how that would work in Fortnite, but they managed to do anything in Fortnite. Double Dragons characters. So I guess Billy and whatever his name is. They don't say that. They just say the brothers from Double Dragon. So I guess that's Billy and whatever. I can't remember the brother's name. Double Dragon is a good one. Here's an interesting one. Characters from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
It's really just the main guy that I know of that people know. Whatever his name is. Henrik?
I don't know. It says here the guys from Kingdom Come 2.
Huh? They must have like a band of medieval brothers or something.
Agent 47 from Hitman.
Jimmy. Billy and Jimmy. Thank you, Joe Sinister.
Jimmy, that's right. Billy and Jimmy. Thank you.
Billy and
Joe
Peter
Sinister.
North. No Travis.
Agent 47 from Hitman, along with rubber ducks. Apparently, there'll be rubber ducks with Agent 47. Don't know why.
Yeah, that's a bit of a thing.
And there'll be some more Marvel skins, but they'll be like pixel art style Marvel skins, like pixel art variants or 16-bit style pixels. Yeah. It's the way that's explained, I'm not 100%. And a player from the NBA, an NBA player, they're not sure if it was Jokic or Luka. So there's Jokic, but there's also, is it Luka Donkic?
Luka Donkic and yeah.
They're not sure which of those two it is, but they said there's another NBA player. I think that's everything in my big list of Fortnite.
What a rumor mill.
Skins.
Out of nowhere. We had no idea.
We haven't had one in like 6 months, and all of a sudden,
It was fun. It was fun.
But yeah,
Cool.
that's all the Fortnite ones. I will get that Doomslayer. I already got the first Doomslayer. I will definitely get that Doomslayer because holy shit. And
with
the
that-
and the Double Dragon guys.
You don't have to get a single one of them. Also, according to the chat, Peter North is coming, so get your umbrellas.
Peter North is coming. Here we go.
Is he? Again?
That'd be cool. Oh wait, from Kingdom Come, Henry and Hans from Kingdom Come. Are
Figured
they
Henry would
characters
be
in
one,
Kingdom
but,
Come Deliverance?
Oh dear. All right. I think
I know
it's
who Peter North is. I know who
I know,
Peter North
I know.
is. You guys think you're making a joke that I don't
No,
get? I know who
I
Peter
don't.
North is.
I'm just laughing because it's funny.
Oh, okay.
Get your
I think
phones
it's
ready
time for-
because it's time
yeah,
for
hopefully-
what year?
Hopefully they
My
put,
dear.
Oh shit! What...
That's right, people.
I forgot
It's
to
time
change
for
the scene. I can't go smooth into it, so I can't let you be smooth with your talking.
That's okay. I don't mind. It's time for What Year, my dear. It's a weekly game show where Nick and I battle for our incredible Patreon community, or at least a couple of members of them, and try and guess the year in which games have been released. And we'd love you to play along, so feel free to do so. If you want to be awesome like our incredible Patreon community, head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You can pledge your support and be in for a chance to win a game code and have Nick or I act as your champion
Sakurai.
in a battle to the death. This week,
Shit.
Nick is
I
playing
am
for...
Stop it. Our friend Stop It. And John is playing for Zoltan 84.
Awesome. Jesse, this week's category.
For what year, my dear, it is games published by Electronic Arts.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Yep. They've been going for a long time.
Yep.
What's up, Nick?
Oh, my person just messaged me saying, "Oh, you forgot to mention this from Fortnite," but it wasn't in the thing I was reading.
Well,
That's
say it now.
For another... No.
All right. Games published by Fortnite. Jesus Christ, it's just in my brain because of you.
Fortnite.
EA, Electronic Arts, who used to do a lot of different stuff, but have kind of just gotten into mostly sports and Star Wars lately.
Sports.
But one of the things that they put out this generation, what year did Immortals of Avium release?
God.
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to do a gamba over on the Twitch. I'm going to put up a prediction right now. Who will win, Nick or John? You've got 1 minute to predict right now over on Twitch. I wish I would put cool shit like that into YouTube. I mean, I could do a poll, I guess. All right, gentlemen, give me your year in 3, 2, 1. Taking the early lead up 3-0 is one Special Mechanico, John Clark. It was 2023.
I actually thought it was 2023, but I thought I'll go 1 year before so I can at least get the 1 point if John doesn't get it.
I believe if you didn't say this every time you were wrong.
Yeah, but you also know I don't lie.
True. You have horrible opinions, but you will never lie about them.
I don't lie.
All right, starting a poll. Give YouTube chat a little bit of time as well. Predictions running out on over the Twitch. Oh. Gentlemen. I'm going to wait on this poll a little bit. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. John wins at 67% of the vote. Gentlemen, what year...
Oh, I'm jinxed now.
did FIFA Mobile release?
Oh, piss off.
As in
iOS and Android. iOS and Android. FIFA Mobile.
As in the first time ever.
The first time, according to Wikipedia.
Oh,
Jesus, I don't fucking know.
FIFA Mobile for iOS and Android. It gives you a range of years. Gentlemen, give me your years in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2,
I have no
1.
idea. Oh shit!
Closer without going over and getting a point is Special Nick Baker. It did not come out till 2016.
nice.
2016.
Wow.
What? It took them that long.
At least this version. They might have had other versions, but FIFA Mobile 2016. That title.
Oh, okay.
So they might have had other FIFA games.
That's surprising.
Yeah, Coug. We got Twitch going. So let's see. The prediction. I'm curious. What is the prediction on 92% John.
Wow.
2-1.
You are wrong. I am not feeling it today. I'm gonna lose.
Gentlemen, what year did Road Rash 2 release on the Sega Genesis?
Oh, fuck. I don't
What a
know
game.
these guys.
What a
Come on.
game.
All you need to know.
John.
Oh,
1982.
I don't know.
thank you, Cap. You should know when the fuck major consoles came out.
I don't know. It all just merges. It's in the 90s, right?
Jesus Christ. Thank you, Coug, for the resubscription on Twitch Prime. Gentlemen, give me your year in 3, 2, 1.
No idea. Oh no, I've gone too far. I've gone
You
too
both
far,
went
boys.
way too far. 92.
Oh,
okay.
round 92.
Okay.
95 was when the PlayStation was out.
I know, but the Mega Drive was still around then too. The
Yeah.
Dreamcast, I mean, the Saturn came out in like 96.
Yeah.
And the Mega Drive, I thought, didn't come out till like 92, 93. Oh, no, the Mega Drive was 89. Yeah, the Mega Drive was 89.
You're giving John all the answers now. Stop thinking out loud.
I
Gentlemen,
need a post-it note. Like,
What
the
year?
consoles released?
did Spore release on PC?
Oh, mate, come on.
You're acting like this is a game no
was
one's
this
ever heard of.
was this the strategy one where you were making like
it was a Maxis game.
little? Yeah, it was Maxis.
I don't
Give me your year in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh God, this is looking good, is it?
No, you nailed it.
Fuck off.
Oh, bullshit.
2008.
Literally pulled out of my fucking furry
You pull
ass
all
crack.
of them out of your ass. You don't know the years for any of these.
Oh, wow.
And
He's
you
up
don't
6-1.
fucking use any logic to your thinking. You say any fucking year that comes to your head. It's fucking stupid.
I knew the game. I remember
You didn't
it.
know the game. You're like, that's a game that, you do the...
Yeah, it was
You
like
don't know
viruses or
anything about
something.
it.
Help me out. Am I right, Jesse? It was like viruses and you're combining like creatures and shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I did know.
I
the
had
game.
never played it. Gentlemen, what year did Need for Speed Rivals release during the Xbox One generation?
Isn't that new though? Like Rivals?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea.
I thought
I
this
don't
was
know.
an easy one. Give me your year in 3, 2, 1.
I'm pretty sure I've
Launch.
got this wrong.
Launch. That's what I'll go for.
A
Launch date.
a non-stop 9-1 lead now for one John Clark. Yeah, I was like, that was the launch one. I thought that was easy.
Oh my
I think it
god.
was actually Need for Speed, like the reboot that was 2015. The one that I loved.
I'm sorry, Nick. What year did a game I reviewed called Lost in Random release on the Xbox Series, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PS5? It was on Series and PS5 at launch.
Oof.
Lost in Random.
I'm either going to get the year exactly, or I'm going to go 1 year below.
Gentlemen, give me your years in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You both nailed it.
Of course, we both fucking nailed it, and I get it right.
But that's also one John would probably know because he actually reads my reviews, Nick.
It's true. I do read his reviews.
That's his. All right, Nick. What year did Shaq Fu release on the Sega Genesis?
Wait, what?
You've never heard of Shaq Fu?
Nope, never played it in my life.
Wow.
Yep, I remember.
Wait, when was the Genesis?
Give me your
I
years.
just said
in
it before.
5,
Fuck off.
4, 3,
Oh god, hang on.
2, 1.
Oh,
God, I wish you had written 94. You both get nothing because it was 94.
that
I
would
was
have
gonna
been
say
funny.
95. I was actually
That would
gonna
have been
say
funny.
95. Lucky I didn't say 95 because
I
then
also
John
said
would have got a
Roten.
fucking point.
All right, well then, what year did Team USA Basketball come out on the Sega Genesis? I own this one and played it a lot.
Fuck off.
It was the Dream Team. Bird, Ewing, Jordan, all them. When the pros got to play in the
Yep, yep, yep.
Olympics.
Yeah, I got it.
Give me your year in 3, 2, 1. Both correct.
It had to be for the basketball, for the Olympics. It had to be
Yeah.
92. There was no other year it was going to be. Did you know that, John, or did you just fucking pull that out of your ass too?
No, I just went 1 year below where I was because we were still on the Genesis, right?
See?
Yeah.
So he's full of fucking shit.
All right, getting off the Genesis. What year did SSX release during the 360 gen?
The reboot or the is it a
SSX.
reboot?
No, the first SSX game.
Oh mate, I don't know.
It was just said
Right, during the
SSX.
360 gen, I thought it was on SSX was
I thought
on
it was OG.
OG.
Oh, well, when I looked it up, EA published on the 360 version. What the hell? Why is that in there? SSX was put out on the 360. It literally just said SSX on.
Was it? There was a reboot.
I'll look it up.
That's what I'm asking.
There was an SSX game on 360, but I didn't think it was just SSX. I thought it was like Tricky or something like that.
Yeah, no, there was an SSX game released on the 360. So maybe this was a reboot? Because this is SSX year Xbox 360 gameplay. So 360, not OG.
I don't fucking know.
Give me your year in
I've
3, 2, 1
definitely
then.
got this wrong. I've definitely got this wrong.
John gets a point. It was 2012.
I was going to write 12 because, you know, obviously, as a big SSX fan,
I didn't say that. I
Yeah,
wasn't gonna write
SSX,
12.
the
I had no
games
idea.
on demand version.
I'm tempted to get my stylus out and you know.
Here, I will literally put the link to this store listing in chat. It's right there. Came out on February 27th, 2012. 2012.
Wow.
All right. Fine. We'll go back to something that everyone should know. Gentlemen, what year did NBA Live Mobile release on iOS and Android? Give me your year in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick gets a point. It was 2016.
Oh, plus it was the same year. I thought, nah, he's doing a trick question. It won't be the same year. So I went in 2 years earlier.
All right, there are 5 left. Nick would have to get most of them right to
All
win.
3. Yeah, well, at least 3.
Well, there's 5, so you need to outscore him by 9 over
Yeah, but
these last
John's
5.
going to pull like 6 of them out of
Does
his ass.
John know when Jungle Strike released on the Sega Genesis?
Oh.
No, but he's going to fucking guess it.
Oh. Oh. I might not know, but if it's part of the Desert Strike series of playing helicopters and shit,
It is.
Yeah, it
I've
was.
played Jungle Strike. So
Yeah, Jungle Strike was great. Give me your years in 5,
Remember
4,
the year you played it when
3,
you were 4 years
2,
old?
1. You're both right. It was 93.
Full of
fun.
Gentlemen, what
fun, isn't it?
year did the now unlisted Knockout City release on the series and PS5 consoles?
God, and I played the shit out of this game. This was the dodgeball one, wasn't it?
Mhm.
I
was
loved
fun.
it. I actually legitimately liked this game. It was actually really good. Knockout
Oh,
City.
Peter North is in the chat. He'll be in. He's coming to Fortnite
Oh,
supposedly.
nice.
Wait, is this the rocket? Is this the rocket one or the dodgeball
No, that was
one? 'Cause
Rocket
it a
Arena.
rocket one.
That's the dodgeball one. It's the dodgeball.
Knockout
Thank you.
City.
Okay.
Give me your year in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both correct.
Told you he'll just fucking guess them. I'll get them.
I,
I'll get the 3 that
I
I
knew
need.
it was
but I
either
told you
21 or
he'll
22,
guess
bro.
them. Yeah, okay. Sure you did.
What
I
year?
do cover the games industry, a lot.
Do you think the fucking Mega Drive came out in 1976? Sure, man.
1982, wasn't it?
What year did Dragon Age Inquisition release on the Xbox One and PS4 and PC?
Oh.
Now that was obviously a port because it came out on 360, didn't it? Inquisition.
It was on everything at the same time. It was. I always say the latest gen to give you an idea, because obviously if it was 360, that means it could have been all the way back in 2005. But it came out on Xbox One at launch, and PS4, and 360, and PS3. Give me a year in 3, 2.
Interesting.
You're both correct. John has won.
Oh, fuck off, man.
Mate, I don't
Told you he'll
fuck
guess
off
them
when
as
you
well.
fuck.
I
What are we
told
talking
you I'll
about?
get my 3. I told you I'll get my 3, but he'll fucking guess them as well. Fucking bullshit, man.
20. Witcher 3 was 2016. I forget. Might have been 2015. Witcher
Thanks, Mort.
3,
Mort resubbed on
Was-
Twitch as well.
2015. 2015. All right. Last two for funsies. What year did The Godfather 2 release during the 360 and PS3 generation? Gentlemen, give me your year in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. John lost all of his points for doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nick
Yeah,
gets
that's true.
an extra 3.
Nick
no,
gets
it
100
was
points.
2009. I'll still give you the points.
Oh, fuck. It's off by a year.
Final one,
I
gentlemen.
was actually gonna say 2011.
What year did Mutant League Football release on the Sega Genesis?
Oh, shit.
A fun but infuriating game that came out when? Nick would get a point. It was 93.
Ah.
Nick wins 21 to nothing.
Congratulations, Nick. And the thing is, he would happily take that victory. He wouldn't.
I
He
would.
wouldn't. There wouldn't
Because
be a
your
a
victory was
sniff of honor.
ill-gotten. Your
Sniff
victory
of honor
was
in him.
ill-gotten. It was
Look at him, he's-
ill-gotten, and it was bullshit. All
Mate.
the ones I got right, except for one, I actually legitimately
All
knew the year.
of these
where you were just like
flavors,
fucking
and you
typing
just
out
choose
years,
to be
and it was just,
salty.
like going in.
Got a super chat about salt.
Come on, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do.
I had the chat out. Where'd the chat go? I had to
That's
close
great.
it for this, and now I've lost it. All right, I have to do a new chat. Super chat from Ashashin. Is it from Ashashin?
Mhm.
Jesse, do you get some kick out of making Nick saltier than a mega-sized bag of pretzels? Lol. If so, you got a mean streak unrivaled by any man. How did you make me
Congratulations, Zoltan84, on the victory for one Sika Mika Nico. And stop it. Since you're a nice guy, just message me. I'll give you one too.
Oh, so everybody's a winner when you're a member of the Xbox Era
If they
Patreon.
bother to mention, you know what? Everyone's a goddamn winner. But I went through like 30, I went through like 100 old codes I sent out, and like fucking 30 of them weren't used. So I handed them back out again, and I gave my sister-in-law a lot of simulator games and like Life is Strange, because I gave out a gold edition of Life is Strange double exposure, and it wasn't used. I was like, what the fuck? It was 8 months ago. Snooze, you lose.
Yep. Hey, if you want to be a member of the Xbox Era Patreon, just head to patreon.com/Xbox Era. We are holding a spring subathon on Friday next week. It's the 18th of April. The whole gang are going to be there. We're going to try and get as many of the team to pop in as we can. We're going to play some video games. And the whole point is to try and get some more folks in and being a part of the Cool Kids Club, doing some crowdfunding to get our travel expenses, if we can, covered to some sort of degree for all of the things that we want to go and cover, where we can try and focus on bringing you the coolest footage and coverage.
It is
of
pinned in
video
chat right
games.
now, our little PayPal link that will be up forever, essentially.
You can make it possible, people. Yeah, and then to just round things off today, after a very entertaining show, we've got just like a few community questions left to just dive in, and they're all from random different things. There is a spoily one.
There's more rumors.
And
There's
congratulations to I'm Only Ricky and Korkenstein, who both won the prediction over on Twitch.
Congrats. There's a spoilery question from Cap Coug.
About
About South of Midnight spoilers. I've read it, and I wish I hadn't read it, and I'm hesitant, Coug.
Instead
because
of
this,
reading
to
the whole
read it out.
thing,
I'm gonna do, because I know Nick's not capable of not reading the whole thing.
Mute
So
us. If you're worried about spoilers, please press mute now for this community question from Cap Coug. It's about
I'll
South
put
of
up.
Midnight, and it
I'm not going to
contains
put it.
spoilers.
I won't put it on chat on screen. I will
Yep.
put mute now, and when that goes away,
Yeah.
you don't have to mute anymore. So we'll get through it real quick. Go.
Yeah. So mute now, and that way I'll also know for my timestamps later.
And only Jesse can really answer this.
Okay. So community question, South of Midnight, mute now. It's a spoiler. Hey guys. Spoilers maybe? I love South of Midnight, although I can't shake the feeling that there should have been one last big 3-phase boss fight like Tom, Rugaru, and Molly. The final chapter has a full-on new aesthetic and vibe, which
I think he's going
as
aesthetic,
you-
like look.
Yeah, I know, aesthetic, I know. As you approach the conclusion, I got the feeling of, oh yeah, the final showdown. Well, that fight doesn't happen, and I do like the ending. I just felt like there should have been one more fight to conclude. Your thoughts?
So I would say the big bad you're really built up to think about most of the game is the final fight, and then it's an epilogue. So the very last thing is an epilogue. Like you're just seeing the end of that story more than it's time for another fight, because it wasn't someone. It's not a thing of legend. It's not something to fight. Without getting more spoilery than that, I was A-okay with the end boss being what it was. And now I will get rid of mute now.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You are good to unmute. I will
Yep,
tell
we
chat.
can unmute now. Next question is from Jesse Brother. Okay. Happy podcast 258, my little tariffed truffles. I'll actually be quick this week. Nick, why do you say slash in such a goofy ass way? I need to know. Unless it's from fucking Friends, in which case, please don't tell me. No, it's not from Friends. Like, it's just the thing. Like, I feel like I don't know the psychology behind it, but I know that when there's radio shows I listen to and stuff like that, or podcasts or whatever, and a lot of hosts have these little quirks and idiosyncrasies.
They got their little mannerisms, yeah.
Yeah, mannerisms. Like when I listen to the football commentators, they have these funny things they do. Like when they say the name Brian, they don't say Brian, they say Brian. Like they're really posh. They go, "Thank you, Brian." And now it just sticks now. Like I find myself saying Brian like that. And it's like how for years me and John have always gone Eve, and now we just always say Eve. Yeah, and what I find odd about your question, Trav, is that you're like, why do you say slash so weird? Yet at the same time, you were like, I love the way he says didact 3.
By the way, nobody likes the way you say.
Have your cake and eat it too. I don't know. It's just one of those little things that I enjoy doing, and I feel like it sticks. I don't know. Slash. Okay. Next question's a doozy from Ben Angelo. Hey guys, sorry for the tangent again, but Nick, I have a bone to pick with you. The coffee was shit in Melbourne, and don't get me started on Australia's pies. They could learn a thing or two from New Zealand. I travelled 2,000 kilometres down the east coast in search of a good pie on my travels, and nothing. Why is when you order a steak pie, it's a mince? Come to New Zealand and I'll show you better coffee and pies. I mean, you won't. Looking forward to the subathon. Sorry again for everyone for what's about to be unleashed from Nick. Now, Ben Angelo, we tried to meet up. So he was messaging me on Discord saying, I'm coming down. I was like, oh, cool. Couldn't coordinate a day because the only day he could catch up was the Thursday, and the footy was on Thursday. Old Collingwood, which is like one of the biggest games of the year. So that was on that night. So I couldn't catch up with him. As to the coffee thing, all I can say is either you just happened to go to a place that doesn't do good coffee, because it's not like every single place that does coffee in Melbourne does amazing coffee. That's impossible. That's nowhere in the world. So either you got unlucky with the place you chose. I don't know what place you chose. Maybe the barista had a bad day. I don't know. Like the worst coffee I've ever had in my life was at the Lint Cafe in Chapel Street, which I don't even know if that's still there. But you'd think if you're going to the Lint Cafe, you'd think, oh my God, the coffee here is probably amazing. The coffee was garbage. Like they burnt it so badly and it was so bitter that I put 6 sugars into this coffee and I could not taste the sugar. And I put 6 in. My wife took 1 sip and like gagged and didn't finish it. So whether that was the machine at the Link Cafe, whether that was the barista that day, but that's not going to make me think Melbourne's coffee is shit just because one place had a bad coffee. Now, if you tried 2 or 3 different places and they all had bad coffee, it might be you're tasting coffee. Maybe. As to the pies, I can't speak to the pies. Again, I don't know where you went. I've been to plenty of pie places when I ask for a steak pie, there's steak in it. And it's not mince. So I don't know. Like I've been to some very nice specialty pie places in Melbourne that do really nice pies. But if you went to a place where you asked for steak and they gave you mince meat, then it sounds like you just went to a shit pie place. I don't know. That's why it would have been good to catch up with me, because then I would have taken you to the good places. I don't know what to tell you. But nowhere is going to be perfect. Like even in England, I went to some places that were okay, other places were shit, other places were decent. Germany, maybe I got lucky and went to all the places that did amazing.
Everything was really good in Germany, but we are also we're in a tourist.
Maybe we got lucky.
We're in a tourist city, so I think tourist cities also tend to, they got up their game because they have so much foot traffic.
Yeah, like everywhere we went to about 2 or 3 different places.
Even the McDonald's, fantastic.
Yeah, even the McDonald's was
it was real, like a real burger, thick, really freaking good.
Yeah.
Every schnitzel was perfect, and still the best. Was it crepe? Best or whatever? What was it? Strudel.
Oh, the strudel.
The apple strudel was still the best dessert I've ever had in my entire life. I cannot talk enough about that strudel.
Yeah.
I would marry that strudel.
Speaking of coffee, you jealous, Ben Angelo?
But hey, if you want us to go to Gamescom again, probably not Nick, because it would be like $6,000. If you follow that paypal.me//XboxEra link, be the only way we'd have.
A Gamescom meetup in Germany would be fantastic, like between the community and everybody. But
It is tough because we leave by the time the community would bother coming in. Most of the time.
Well, I'd stay if I knew loads of the community were coming in. Do you know what I mean? But also, I appreciate that a lot of our communities in the US and a lot of Americans don't have passports.
I had to get one.
I get it.
Well, you kind of need one now because they're trying to pass a. Well, I mean, my wife drove for 18 hours and was only a tiny way into the country. Like, it's really big. It's very hard to go somewhere you need a passport because also you go to Mexico, you go to Canada, you just have your driver's license, you're normally fine. If you fly, you need your passport, but if you drive, you don't.
Well,
right now,
Kev S has just dropped some pennies into the bucket and said, "Hey, see you all in June." So maybe he's coming to LA at least. We'll see him at
Kevin S too?
Our
some
PayPal
pennies into the crowdfunding bucket.
Did he?
Is there any way to show how much that has made? I think that always incentivizes people. They like seeing it go up.
I'd have to set up like a thing, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Look,
I mean, he's there. He lives there.
Hopefully
That's
next time Ben Angelo will have more luck because you saw MVG. You saw MVG on our show. He came to Melbourne. I took him around to multiple restaurants and he fucking loved all of it. So that's why I'm like, A, maybe you needed one of the better tour guides. B, maybe you just happened to go to a couple of shit places, which can happen. It's unfortunate, but it can happen. I can take you to a nice steak restaurant, burger joint, cafe. Mate, maybe you just got unlucky. I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah, maybe for the subathon, because I'll set up gifted subs on YouTube, gifted subs on Twitch, Twitch bits, donations on YouTube, and donations on PayPal. And I'll try and have some sort of running tally for it on Friday.
Another one of our patrons, Jason, who has come down here and caught up with me before, and I've taken him to different cafes, restaurants, he wants to move down to Melbourne. He wants to move here from Sydney.
The question about Melbourne would take up the most audio time on the podcast. Like, it's 4 hours we've been speaking about Melbourne now. It's 3 a.m.
It's not even long enough. Not even long enough. If Console Wars is, fingers crossed, Console Wars, hello.
Nick's probably heard it's not long enough a lot in his life.
The thing I'm really curious about with Console Wars is, like, people have it now, and as the designer of the game, the thing I'm terrified / excited to kind of hear about is are you having fun with it? Did you buy it just to put it on a shelf? Are people actually playing it? I got sent this picture last night from a friend who got their Kickstarted copy. And it cracked me up because it is a really good picture and it really made me laugh. I've got to find it. It is this one. Come on, where are you, Foxy? No, where's he gone? This is hurting my brain.
Hold on, I have it. I'll put it up. You sent it to me.
Hopefully the game is successful enough to pay for Jesse and John to come down to Melbourne.
Oh, I'd love that.
That would be... I'd get them and I'd tell them the right time of year to come, and then I'd come and take them around.
Here's a picture.
Maybe even take them... If they come during winter or early spring, they could even come to a footy game. I'll try and take them to a footy game.
I've put your friend on the internet.
Yeah, so that is one of my friend's friends, but they were playing the game in a pub somewhere, and what has just happened is that they've just drawn the global event that is called Ransomware Attack. Yeah, I wrote the card, but I hate it. It means you have to give your entire hand to the player to your left. So you might have all of these strategies, all of these plans, and then you've just given everything you own away to the player to your left. And he inherited 2 cancelled cards, a consolidation and a copycat, which means he could basically just dominate. He said the game was over 10 minutes later, but that is brutal. Like, it's that kind of stuff. Like, I want to hear from people like, are you having fun? Are you having fun?
Hey, there was ransomware attack.
Yep. Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's exciting, and
We're going to have to remember to actually
That's a tangent,
properly
but
add this.
Hopefully it's successful enough where those two can come down to Melbourne. I'd like to show them around Melbourne.
I'd love to come and visit.
Oh, don't back it now. The backing's done.
Yeah, this is an old trailer. That's it. I the other thing that I'd like to work on and really before
Back it now,
May
Kickstarter.
is a proper trailer. But I don't know quite. I'm curious what the community thinks. What kind of tone should be struck with a trailer? Should it be real people playing and just, hey, it's out now, blah blah blah? Should it be funnier, animated? What's a good trailer to make for advertising the game? I'm open to ideas
Because you're going to be seeing it before every stream we do for a long time.
Yeah. So what would you like to see, chat? How would you suggest we advertise the game?
Mort wants a Nintendo roof party trailer.
Okay.
Ooh.
Tricky. But okay.
He also said his is still stuck in customs.
If we're ever lucky enough to have the video game version, that's how we should advertise it. With Nintendo Switches on a rooftop.
Just for lols.
You just need one Switch and then your phone.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah,
And then
We do it like Jackbox. Yeah.
Sitting on a crate on a TV.
Oh man, good old Collingwood. Just get Jack Black in it. Jack Black, can you come and
Uh-oh.
advertise our card game, please?
No, we'll get a Boubacar Salim.
Yeah, well, he already narrated the trailer. We can't keep.
What if we go
passing the
super
bad-
expensive? One person has a Meta Quest, and then they just beam the actual cards to everyone, on their phones or consoles and stuff.
Oh, you know who we should get to advertise it? Henry Cavill.
It'd have to be a Warhammer. He's
Well,
all
I'm
about
not-
Warhammer right now.
When I'm not Gerald or the dude from Warhammer. In
Guy who
between
voiced Vesemir
takes,
died.
playing
He's
Console
80.
Yeah,
Wars, the
sad
card
face.
game.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
playing
long life.
Console Wars, the card game. It's better than Superman, Man of Steel. Okay. Next question. Good old Colin.
3 questions.
Oh, wow.
I like
John.
this.
Have you had a chance to have a longer try of the AR glasses you got at GDC? I was thinking of getting a pair, but I wanted to share our experiences,
It is,
both with media and gaming.
it is amazing how hard Nick struggles with a simple typo.
Ad-libbing on the fly and just going, yeah, I know what that means, and just not even skipping a beat and just reading. Yes, I've spent a lot of time. I need to do a little bit more on the gaming front. Primarily, I've been using the ROG Ally for that. So I've had some stints with Blueprints and some other bits and pieces. I would certainly say for movies, for travel, if you're on planes a lot, I think it's so much nicer than doing anything else.
Double typo though. That was a double typo.
It
He
was
wanted to hear your experiences, but he's like, share our experiences. It was like
Yeah.
2 typos.
I would say that with long films like Dune 2 I watched, which is nearly a 3-hour movie, it got hot here where I was like, oh, I'm warm. So there are pros and cons, but it
Reach
is
up,
a
turn the
super
air on
cool-
above your seat.
Yeah, it's a super cool piece of tech. And the great thing about it is, unlike a Quest, even though that has pass through, is you could just instantly, no matter what you're doing, press a button on the top of the glasses and whoop, you can see, and everything disappears. It might still carry on playing, and you can pause it on another device, and it doesn't drain the battery as much as you'd think. Considering it, my phone for a lot of that was powering the display, I got through 2 movies before this got down to 35%. Now, granted, this is a modern new phone, but
If you had if you had the wireless charger,
you can actually get
It'll get really hot.
a double USB-C, so you can charge and be watching at the same time. So it's I like them a lot though, but I still need to do a little bit more gaming time.
So Dumb and Dumber. I like a lot.
I do like the Austin T in chat. Get Ben Starr to voice the trailer for Console Wars.
Well,
The
he
card
is friends
game.
with the Boubacar Salim.
Yeah.
Britain's not a big island.
I want to say, for the record as well, we've all been saying Abubakar's name wrong.
I know. Yeah, Ursula, let us know.
Boubacar Salim.
Abu
No.
Bakr.
Abu Bakr.
That'd be the way that was the normal way you say that name. is Abu Bakr.
Yeah,
We asked him directly before.
Yeah, I think he probably gets that enough where he's just like, yeah, whatever, man, just call me Abu, right? But it's Abu Bakr.
We asked him.
Mhm.
I'm telling you that this is the accurate.
Not to assume, but when you've got a name that Western culture is not super into and knows, you just get used to saying, yeah.
But I'm saying it from the perspective of we asked the person directly. How do we pronounce it? And he told us how he pronounced it.
I think I don't think he minds. Basically, he's not fussy about it. But he won a BAFTA as well, so congrats to the team at Surgeon as well.
Games Beyond something. Game Beyond. I can't remember the name of it. It was Game Beyond something.
It was good,
okay, Nick. I just saw that early bird membership for PAX Australia has just come out. How are your preps going for that? I know you said you wanted to do some press work for it. So just reminding you, I haven't looked into anything PAX Australia yet. I do have.
Oh. I thought that was a real fart then. I was like, no way.
I do have these now. Look. Oh, shit. That's not it.
There's hardly anything left in that room. How'd you get it wrong?
Yeah, I know. See, I have these wireless Rode mics. Focus.
Oop, there you go.
So I have these now, which should make it more possible to do cool things. So I can just hook this up to my phone, have the mic clipped here, give another mic to another person, and just have chats and stuff.
And they run away with it? I'm kidding.
And XboxEra didn't pay for that either.
Was it from your friend?
Yes, a patron.
Yeah.
Wow.
You intimated that you paid for it. You did not.
No, I just said that XboxEra didn't pay for those. I always have to get everything my fucking self. Don't I?
Yeah, we don't have any money.
We're very poor.
So yes, I don't know what I'll do with PAX Australia. Hopefully by then Console Wars is successful and Jesse and John can come down for PAX
I
Australia.
wanted to go to PAX East, but
we'll be there for PAX Australia. No, PAX Australia is very cool.
because I'm from the Boston area, so going to PAX East wouldn't be rough because I could probably just stay at my sister's house. But then having a car to get around and the flights and everything, it's a bit much.
You know what, Darren? Cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. So I might talk to Johnny Galvatron to see if he'll let me come to his studio and film stuff and talk to him in his studio. To get the exclusive
on when Mixtape is coming out this year, I'm sure.
And because that's his studios in the CBD of Melbourne, I might do what you're saying. So maybe I'll do just a quick, hey, I'm heading into Beethoven and Dinosaur, but on my way, I'm going to stop by and grab a quick coffee and a bite to eat and just go through the city and go to a nice cafe into Greaves Lane or something. Grab a bite to eat, walk into... yeah, it might be cool. I don't mind that idea. I like that. Jesse, a new two-player co-op game is coming up for release later this year. How to Escape, Lost Submarine, where one player is trapped inside a lost submarine and the other player, a colleague on the outside, trying to get the other out. Any chance you might get a couple of review codes and you and John try it out?
Let's look this up. I've never heard of it. The end of this year sounds like it's going to be just fucking mental to try and do anything in. But this is coming Xbox. Let's see this trailer. Oh, fuck, that's loud. Jesus Christ. I muted it. Communication is key. So let's see. Player, so you're talking over a headset to someone else. So I'm guessing one person sees one thing. I see a control board with many buttons. And then player two. All right. Okay. So you are either the person stuck, the person above. You got your different things. It's kind of like that bomb disposal or bomb disarming game.
Yeah.
Stop Everybody Explodes. This looks cool. I would be interested in this. I have no idea when it's coming out, who is putting it out, but I'm interested. I'll keep an eye out, and I'll probably forget because there's just so much coming out. But this looks neat.
Nice. Last question, I want to say. Yeah, last question.
Last question.
Why is the troll in your post using my name?
I know. That's how much of a troll. That's on Board Game Geek. Like,
Our
the
good
console
friend-
warriors are console warring about our card game. Like, on Board Game Geek, it's really sad. Someone's actually
Our good
stolen
friend-
Jesse's name and used
Anorexic.
it.
Nick doesn't
Say
care.
what?
Here, I'll show you.
Jesse Norris says on Board Game Geek that Console Wars, the card game, is poor at best, a rarely fun and fair card game. As a video game reviewer and enthusiast, it pains me to see a product such as this being turned out. Wrapping this up, this game should remain on the shelf.
Oh, wow. And he took your name.
Wow. It's interesting that these reviews have popped up the day they've arrived. I'm like, yeah, all right, lads. Yeah, sure. Okay, buddy. There's some really sad people out there, man. Do you know what I mean?
There's a clear
Wow.
lacking of knowledge regarding the gaming industry.
That's funny because every developer that's played it has been like, this is fucking hilarious. How do you know all this? And it's like, yeah. Oh, dear. Some very sad people.
Fundamentally speaking, a very poorly designed game.
It's people who hate stuff. I'm just sad that I forgot to change
Oh
my
my
name.
God, they actually registered on Board Game Geek on the 10th of April just to leave that review.
Of course.
It's so sad.
It's almost always the people we've banned from either the Discord or the forum. That's
so
why they're
sad.
banned, because they're that type of person. How
Or-
couldn't I, Amit? But also,
Or it's all an elaborate ruse where you actually don't like the game and you did register on that website to say you didn't like it.
I haven't got mine
You
yet.
didn't think that would actually, we'd believe that was you. Take someone dodgy to know someone
No.
dodgy, mate.
No.
What?
Yes. You got me.
I don't know.
No, you're wrong.
Nisa, can you challenge it? I probably could, but I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I would say to everybody that does love us, go and register. Clearly, Board Game Geek don't give a crap. Go register and you know, upvote the fuck out of it. You know, who cares?
I was pretending that I was the person who did that, and you caught me, Nick.
Oh, right.
Jesus Christ, it wasn't that deep.
Anyway, Anorexics, last question.
Anorexic. Salutations to all. I was able to watch the Minecraft movie with my niece and nephew, and I absolutely loved the Game Pass ad that showed before the movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Showed you all the great games and the Game Pass perks that you can get for Minecraft. And then I loved the ad with the Minecraft Special Edition Xbox Series X and S. Wait, what?
He's being
I
facetious.
think you're about to read. If you keep reading, you'll probably find out that this is a lie.
Oh, which looked fantastic because the consoles are already blocky to begin with. And then having the Xbox product placement in the arcade that's present in the movie. Fantastic. Oh, and then the fictional video game found in the movie being actually playable for free on people's Xboxes when they get home. Really smart. Okay, none of this happened. And my question is, am I crazy in thinking that all of that would have made sense? Yeah, it would have. That's why I was so fucking surprised by it. So yeah, this question has nothing to do with Minecraft and more to do with my sanity. Am I crazy? For some reason, I think that Xbox's biggest IP could be used to promote the Xbox brand. Perhaps there was something wrong with me. No, I actually thought everything you just said did happen, which is why I was like, oh, that's really cool because it totally makes sense. Because I'm like, why haven't they done a limited edition Xbox Series X that's a Minecraft console? Like they did this the One S.
It is mind-blowing to me the amount of things that Microsoft could do and don't do. Like,
The Series
considering the
X
size of the
digital-
IP, like,
Yeah.
they could have been all over it. But, like, because when he wrote that, I was like, advert, I missed that. But then I was like, that didn't happen. And then I kept reading. I was like, oh. Yeah,
but,
he's right.
The Series X digital is a perfect, clean,
Two blocks.
like oblong or whatever. It's like two Minecraft blocks on top of each other.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just do the limited edition Minecraft Series X? That will get at least Minecraft collectors and kids will be like, oh my god, look at that! It's a Minecraft Xbox. Oh my god! Like, why wouldn't you? You did it for Halo, and that's the only one they've done. Like, or at least do a wrap.
Yeah, I know.
At the very least, do a Minecraft wrap for the digital
Yo.
Series X, because that
This
will
is
be
Minecraft.
Get Fred
Yeah,
Durst
that's
to
what
do
I'm
it.
saying is,
There is some really
yeah,
good
good on-
Minecraft rock and roll music from Jack Black and Momoa in the film.
But what I'm saying is, if you do it, if you start doing the wraps for the digital Series X, then you don't have to worry about the gap for the disk drive, and it can be a lot cleaner. And then a Minecraft wrap would make the console indistinguishable from a proper limited edition one. At
Yeah.
the very least, like, come on, Microsoft. Like, how is it that I don't even care about Minecraft? And anyway,
Yeah.
you're right. You're 100% right, and anorexic. Like, to the
Yep.
point where I thought everything you were saying was real because it makes so much sense that I just assumed it was real because it totally makes sense. But
Yeah, they are right.
that's
I do need to
Microsoft.
update the. I need to update the emojis over on Twitch.
That's Microsoft.
They're pretty old.
Anyway,
Yeah.
What were we talking
Anyways.
about? Oh, that's right. I got bored.
Marketing, mate.
No.
It's very important. It's very
Yeah.
important. That's
that's
it.
the end. Of
You
the
need to use
show.
Grok, Darren Cool. Grok doesn't give a shit about copyright.
Grok has an app now.
Don't use it.
They've released an app for Grok. I'm just saying that because
No, I'm just saying to people. Yeah.
I went to ask Grok to do something and it popped up with this thing saying it's an app. Download the app. It's like, no, it's all right. But yes, a Series X Creeper would be cool. Yeah, just anyway. Whatevs. That's the end of the show.
It is
Thanks
the
everyone for
end
stopping by.
of the show. And it's
Don't
actually
forget to
been
hit that like.
it's been a lot of fun.
Super helps us.
I've had a lot of fun chatting today on the show. It's actually been a really good laugh. So big thank you to everybody that came to hang out and wanted to chat video games and all of that stuff. It has been very entertaining. We'll be back on Tuesday with a new episode of Headlines with myself and Jesse talking through all the latest
All
gaming
of
news.
those board
Why
game
do you guys
geek
do that?
profiles
What time do you
are
guys do
a day
that?
old.
Yeah, I know. We do
When do you guys do
headlines
headlines?
at 3 p.m.
UK.
UK
Ooh, so
time.
midnight my time, and I'm not working the next day. Ooh, should I do an impromptu jump in?
I have
Sure.
it set up.
I probably won't do that.
You're already booked for Friday, so your time is all pulled up.
Yeah.
Come play some Towerborne.
I'll be
Your
having
Saturday.
2 bedrooms recarpeted. The new room. This is the last time you'll see me in this room for this podcast.
And
It's the
Devonera.
last time. Almost 6 years in this room for this podcast. Like, even one of my PlayStation fanboy mates, Masayed, was like, man, I'm so used to that room. I'm so used to that background. It's going to be weird to see you with a different background.
It is going to be strange.
It is. But
I've pretty
when
much
it's
always
finished,
been
it's
here. It was just not this nice looking until my wife went to town
Yeah.
on buying stuff.
Like, I don't know if I'll have the room completely finished by next week, but you will see the beginnings of the new room. And if I'm not ready in time, I may have to skip next week. If I haven't set everything up properly yet and built the desks and all that sort of stuff, I may end up needing to skip next week. Potentially. But we'll see how we go. Hopefully not.
I'm sure it'll be
John's
fine.
muted. Oh,
I'm
no,
sure
he's
it'll
not
be
muted. Okay.
All right. Big thank you, everybody.
That's it.
As
Thanks.
always, if you enjoyed the show, head over to patreon.com/XboxEra to support us where you can. We'll be back on Tuesday. Much love. Play video games. Be good to each other. And we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
There's more than triumph. I may think but no near huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Amateur science, we do what we must because we can for the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of clay, and the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry, I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. Maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke. Ha ha, bad chance. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to